All right. Is it working? We are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. My name is Archangel. I'm here with my co-host.
Hi guys, Nextgor back here again.
I want to see if I think it fucked up now because I think we're live now. Are we live now, or are we live for 10 seconds? Because this whole thing is strange. Anyway,
Well, I have the podcast pulled up on my phone. It's like you're still waiting.
So anyway,
Fuck
anyway,
you.
welcome to the podcast, guys. We are live for the first episode. Live, live
Okay,
for the
that
first
was
live
fine.
episode. Live for the first live episode. I don't know if it cut off, but I'm Archangel. This is
Nextgor.
right.
Gotta keep repeating the word live.
What's up?
Gotta keep repeating the word live. Jesus.
I was going with it because I heard myself repeat it, and I went, no, I'm gonna double up on it just to try and make it annoying on purpose. Because I was like, no, if I just double up on it, I could just say it was a joke and on purpose instead of me going live. Anyway, today, guys, we're gonna talk about movies and everything. We're gonna try and create this sort of cinema-based
Episode.
So cinema-based series that's going to be every once in a while, maybe not every episode, so that we could kind of have something to, something to talk about and something to focus on, because we don't want to talk about the same things every time. We're always talking about video games. We're like, hey, any more video game news? No. Why? I don't know, because nobody has announced anything else. We don't know anything else about the PS5 or anything yet, so meh.
So, welcome to the Cinecast, not to be confused with Cinnabon, not sponsored.
Yeah, not to be confused with CinemaMassacre either. CinemaMassacre, yeah. We are not
What
James
even
Rolfe.
is that?
What?
Is that seriously a thing by James Rolfe?
Yeah, CinemaMassacre is the channel that he puts AVGN on. Is CinemaMassacre. Yeah, it's a pretty damn good name. And I was like, CinemaMassacre, isn't he the video game nerd? And then I went, oh, he likes movie stuff more often. Video game nerd just became so popular, he just decided to keep doing it. And I was like, oh.
Well, it's already better than CinemaSins.
Yeah, I watch a guy that makes fun of CinemaSins. It's really great. Talking about movies that have like bad reviews and all that kind of stuff. It's like, all right, so let's start this off. Let me ask you a question that might be really interesting. What is a movie that you like that has a generally unpopular view amongst most people? You know what I mean? You know what I'm getting at?
Yeah, I know what you're getting at. I'm just trying to think of something.
Like, what movie do you like that everyone else hates?
It's like, when you said that, my first thing was, oh, Mad Max, but then you went, everyone else hates, and I was like, wait a minute, no, those things are viewed as,
yeah, you gotta
they're
like
put on a pedestal.
Everybody in the comments, I would love to hear that too. What movie do you like that you think that most people hate?
I can say something, or I can twist that question a little bit. I can say a movie series I hate, but most people like.
Yeah, well, we can get to that next. Yeah, we'll do that. I was gonna do that next. Obviously.
I'm actually trying to fucking think of one.
I would probably say
I would probably say
for me personally, it's kind of easy because I can kind of say like there's probably a bunch of movies out there. I probably like a lot of movies. Oh, by the way, because I just totally forgot to start it, I can actually make the background a little better. We can actually play some.
Oh, you can actually mess with the background.
No,
I thought when you said you forgot to start, I was like, did you just forget to start the stream?
I forgot to put some background music in it. Hopefully that's not
Copyright.
I hope it's too. No, it's not. It's in the YouTube library. I know what it is. It's I just hope it's not too loud or it's not too quiet. I want it to be in the background, but real nice and just so that when we're here and we're not talking and we don't know what to say, there is at least something to fill your ears. Pleasantry.
I'm sure.
Just trying to figure out if it's
like if it.
Why was I getting a dot on the screen? Why was I getting what YouTube? What do you want, YouTube? Oh, that's this. Oh, that's interesting. The YouTube's tab has a little dot when you're live streaming. I didn't know that. So basically, be like, hey, you're live. That's interesting.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's cool. I didn't know that. I didn't know. I thought it was like a notification or something, and I was like, what do you want from me? What do you want from me? God,
That was difficult trying to understand two different conversations.
I mean, you know, we're good. But anyway, did you think of anything? Because I have, like for me personally, like, you know, movies I like.
I'm trying to think about understanding my mother.
Oh, right. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I like pretty much all the Transformers movies, even though people hate them. A lot of people.
I know a lot of people love them. I actually don't really hold them up too high.
I think they're pretty damn good. As far as a Transformers fan, like, I think they're fantastic. I think they're really well done. The CGI is actually pretty good, even though it's like a lot of CGI in a movie, which usually isn't a good thing. It's not bad in that movie. They did it well. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of explosions, but you're like, giant robots are attacking each other. There's going to be large explosions and action. What else do you want? If it didn't have action and them punching each other and concrete and metal and shit going everywhere, it wouldn't be a Transformers movie that was in the real world.
What else
you know
are
what
they?
I mean? It just wouldn't work.
Look at the background footage. Like, it's just really hidden in the extras. This is all of them playing poker.
Like,
Megatron's in a cast and Optimus is just wearing sunglasses. Like, yeah, this is happening. Bumblebee's back to his original Volkswagen Beetle.
Yeah, that was cool. I like how they made it more G1 based in that movie. They really did a really good job with that.
Well, the only reason why I don't really like that movie is I've just never been a big fan of Transformers.
Yeah, see, that's different. Yeah, that's different. Yeah, I can understand that. That's different. That's not. Yeah, then that's different.
I can't really remember the name of it, but I know there was another movie where it was just about giant fucking robots beating the shit out of each other.
Oh, there's a lot. Yeah,
but
if you go into Japanese media, it's fucking everywhere. And in
America,
oh
no, it was a movie released in America.
Oh, are you talking about? Yeah. You're probably talking about Pacific Rim.
Yeah.
Well, they were fighting aliens, or so. What were they fighting in that movie? Pacific Rim. I did not like that movie actually, and the sequel was just way worse.
That's fun.
Yeah,
I've not watched the sequel, and I don't really want to.
Yeah, I thought those were really like B-rated movies. Like those were just crappy for like what they were. It's not as bad as the knockoff Atlantic Rim, which is seriously Atlantic Rim. It's an Asylum film, which if you ever know, Asylum is this fucking movie company that makes these schlocky fucking B-rated movies with like super low budgets and the like shittiest alright, so you remember CGI for like 90s music videos, how it always had that weird plasticky look to it?
Bad.
Or whatever the fuck it was. Like what movies am I? Or even like fucking Linkin Park. In the end, the fucking music video for that, the CGI is terrible. Like, I love that band, it's my favorite, and I love that song, but oh my god, you have to admit, that music video is cringy, because you can totally tell they're green screened in there, and it's that, like, when you can see someone's green screened into something, it just looks off, and it's like, everything around them looks, like, PlayStation 1 cutscenes, you know? Like, highest quality PlayStation 1 cutscenes, but still, oh my god, where everything was just, like, looking like, I don't know, how do you describe the PlayStation 1 cutscenes? Like, like Final Fantasy VII cutscenes, where you're like, yeah, it's better than the in-game models, but oh my god.
Yeah.
That was,
I will say this, like, just because you brought up Linkin Park and all that, just bands in general, I love the bands that they'll see that other music videos on their time as trash. Like, the CGI is terrible, so they're just like, fuck it, we're just gonna shoot it live.
Yeah. Like, I mean, fucking music videos, speaking of movies and everything, even though we're trying to do a movie podcast in this episode, it's like, they are little movies in their own right. I mean, a lot of them are very, especially like when Michael Jackson did Thriller, and he really, like, hugely popularized the idea of music videos in the 80s. His first one was, like, I think the movie for Thriller, whatever, was... I think 13 isn't it like 13 minutes long? I mean, the song's definitely not that long. Like, the whole video I think is around 13 minutes long, which is
if we're going to talk about like a kind of series of videos that work together to form a movie, I think my favorite has to be Daft Punk's.
Okay, yeah, it's a 13
the crescendo
minutes.
One.
Okay, yeah, this one is Thriller is 13 minutes and 42 seconds. Yeah, oh yeah, and bad.
I love the crescendo ones because it adds so much into the music.
Yeah, and the bad music video was 18 minutes long. So yeah, he really... Yeah, wow, a lot of his videos are very, very long. Except for Billie Jean, which was only 5 minutes. Remember the Time was 9 minutes. Smooth Criminal was not almost 10 minutes. Yeah, that's crazy. He really liked to make movies. I just
now thought of a movie I like that a lot of people give it bad review.
Oh yeah,
that a lot of people look down on.
Yeah.
B movies.
Oh, like what? Like
not the B movie, just B movies in general.
Do you have one in? Do you have one in memory? Do you know? Is there one you know of that you?
I know one that a lot of people used to hate, but now there's kind of a niche little group for it. Is definitely Birdemic.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a so bad it's good movie. Which like I can get a lot of entertainment out of those. All right. Let me look those up because
Birdemic is such a bad movie, but it's so fucking good.
It's it's definitely one of those like okay, yeah, that's definitely one of those movies. It's so bad, but it's like it's good because it's bad.
Oh, yeah, and then there's movies that are just bad.
Yeah, there's a difference because it's like at least with the so bad movies, they're so bad they're good, or they're entertainingly bad. They're cheesy bad.
Yeah.
They're never done on purpose, in my opinion. Like you can't really do that on purpose because a lot of people try to do it on purpose. With, for example, you said Birdemic, they tried to do that again on purpose. The guy said he saw the reviews and everything for his movie, obviously, and saw that people were kind of cultifying it, and he was like, yeah, people shit on it, but then people also loved it, and like, so you either just hated it because it was just bad to you, or you loved it because it was still bad, but it was still bad to you. So the idea of the movie was like it wasn't gonna get good reviews whatsoever, but people were still gonna watch it. Just how The Room was. People hated The Room when it first came out. And it was limited. It was shown to only 3 different movie theaters, I think, somewhere in the LA area, because the guy didn't have a big budget.
And now it's one of Tommy Wiseau's greatest movies because it's so bad.
Even his other movies, it's so weird. Tommy Wiseau, I think I don't know if there's something wrong with him or something. I don't want to be rude to him or anything. I respect him and everything.
I love Tommy.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. He doesn't seem like he's ill intent or anything, so I don't want to disrespect him, but if he's a little slow or whatever, or if that's just his personality, he just doesn't see his dream as bad. That's hey, all right, he doesn't, but
to be completely honest, I think he kind of figured out after the first couple of movies, he just kind of went with it.
I think what the whole synopsis was that it was just like the movie The Disaster Artist, where he was upset that they hated his movie and they made fun of it, but then they were like, oh my god, it's a great movie because it's a comedy, it's bad on purpose, oh my god, that's hilarious, this is a great movie, and they liked it because they thought it was all done on purpose and all goofy and cheesy on purpose, and then Wiseau just basically embraced that instead of going, wow, screw you guys. He just went, you know what, alright, fuck it, you guys love the movie and I wanted it to be taken serious, but everyone thinks it's a joke. Fuck it. You know what? It's a comedy movie. Come on. And embraced it. And that was a healthy way to do it. I mean,
I honestly like that.
Yeah,
he just took it in stride.
Yeah, I'm thinking for me, there's a lot of movies, but I can't think of them right now off the top of my head. It's there's so many movies I've seen that I'm like, wow, that was pretty good. And people are like, that was shit, man. That was terrible.
I'm actually looking up on Google just a list of them, and the first one is The Room.
Oh, what, the so bad they're good movies?
No, I just typed in a Google search bar bad movies. First one, The Room.
Here's an article about 18 movies to watch that are so bad they're good. I think The Room was on here. Yeah, The Room's the first one on here. Tommy Wiseau, that's a classic. Battlefield Earth, that one's a tough one. That one is literally, I think, what is it? I think the story of Battlefield Earth is just the Scientology, Bible or whatever, their book or whatever is what Battlefield Earth is about, and it makes no freaking sense whatsoever. Yeah. It's a mishmash, and then the camera angle, the whole movie is cut in a weird way where the camera is always tilted for you know, a cinematography effect, but it's terrible because it's over. Like, if you use it for an effect, like, lightly in a movie and do it, like, 2, maybe 3 times at certain periods to, you know, get a point across,
yeah,
like,
then it
you know, it's like,
makes
oh, okay,
sense.
you know, yeah, but it's like the whole movie, the camera's tilted, and it's obnoxious. It's so bad, it's obnoxious.
I will say another one I will add on to that with just the camera tilting that makes it awful is the opening to Birdemic. That whole entire car drive, the camera's tilted and underneath the dash.
Yeah, that movie has some bad.
You can barely see shit.
That has that typical low-budget cinematography style. Yeah, which is the same as like any movie that has like found footage films. I like one. There's only one found footage film I will ever fucking watch again because I think it's a cult hit. I think it's a classic. And people might not like it because it's a found footage film anyway, but Blair Witch Project is the only one I can watch.
I was about to say, I think that's the one you're talking about.
Yeah, that's the only one that's decent because it's not like constant them running around going shaking the camera constantly. It's them actually making it seem like they were just slowly disappearing and showing up dead. Like they took their time with their kills and everything. And yeah, some of them were off camera and everything, but it was more of like, oh my god, what happened to so and so? And it was like they slowly just made you like tense up, and they didn't jump scare you like modern movies, horror movies do. You know, they kind of built up on the horror and then just ended it like, bam, oh, the guy's dead. I mean, that scene at the end of the movie was so iconic. Resident Evil 7 basically recreated it as a homage to it. Actually, Scooby-Doo did too. Did you ever see that as a kid? It was pulled from Air, but I remember it as a kid briefly. It was like they did a skit, like, you know, to promote like the cartoons on the channel, like they do all the time on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They, you know, they do like the characters come out and do a skit that's like not an episode. It's not an episode of the show. It's still a commercial. So it's usually like for Scooby-Doo, like they would show the older episodes, and these were the classic episodes. So this was like produced like 10 times better because it was new, not from the 70s. But it was basically they parodied Blair Witch Project, and all the members of the Scooby Gang were basically the same, like, you know, the people in that movie. So they went on a camping trip and they all start disappearing, and then they even show Shaggy at the end in a basement, like with his face faced away from you, like the end of the actual movie, like the same scene that was replicated in Resident Evil 7. So they even showed like he wasn't bloody, like he wasn't dead or anything. He was just facing the same way with like an angle from like looking up at him, and it, you know, it was just, and then there's like kind of eerie music playing. You could find it online, but it was so disturbing and it was creepy. I remember it as a kid because it was creepy and it was weird and it just didn't fit with Cartoon Network. Like, I get it, Scooby-Doo was supposed to be scary, kind of, but Scooby-Doo is also just a comedy show for kids. It wasn't actually ever scary. It was just more like, oh, the ghosts and the goblins and the boo are just guys in masks. So it's like never any episode you're like, it's just the kind of mask it always is. Even as a kid you knew it, but it was more of it was less of like, oh, the mystery, like it's always a guy in a mask, and less of, it was more of like, oh, hey, Scooby and Shaggy just did that, haha, that was fucking hilarious. It was more of the like clever writing for it. So it was like, but yeah. That's the only movie like that.
If I may add some things to that.
Yeah.
Going back to the whole Blair Witch thing.
Oh, yeah.
One, when you said they referenced Blair Witch in Resident Evil 7, I know one thing they had in the demo, but was taken out of the actual game, was there was a room underneath the main set of stairs that had a whole bunch of the dolls from Blair Witch hanging down from the ceiling.
Mm-hmm. I still have to play the game for it. I don't have that game yet. But it's supposed to be pretty fun.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It really is.
I do gotta check that one out. But but yeah.
One other thing.
Go ahead.
And one thing I will say is, I actually watched a video on YouTube just talking about behind what they're doing during Blair Witch as they're recording that. And they did some fucked up shit then, because they just dropped the kids in the middle of the forest. So like they're like, all right, this is where we're gonna be shooting it all. Set up your camp, and then just left.
Right.
And the only way they actually knew what was happening, or shit that would happen, is they would drop little like postcards to certain characters, like, "Hey, this is going to happen." Shut the fuck up, officer. But they'd drop off like postcards to this person, like, "Hey, you're going to disappear in the next scene. We want you to come over here. And we'll get you all dolled up and everything to act like you died and all that. But if you add, and they actually, the actors of the whole entire thing actually had like a little PMA, or no, not PMA, but like an AMA, okay?
Yeah, right.
And I think, yeah, one person asked them about that specific movie, like what was their memories of that movie, like do you like recording and all that, and most of them absolutely fucking hated recording it.
Yeah, there's a lot of scenes I've seen online of actors going, yeah, I don't know what I was thinking with that movie. That's not what I thought it was gonna be.
And apparently, too, the main director of the Blair Witch Project, the scariest part of the entire movie wasn't even captured on camera.
Wow.
Because what it was supposed to be is it was one person walking off by themselves, and you'd capture, and they were supposed to get on their camera this picture of a man. Like, you couldn't really tell it was a man. I think it was a man like somewhat of a centaur costume or some sort of fucked up shit like that. And he was supposed to be really hard to see, just barely on the edge of your eye. And you were barely supposed to see it, and you realize that's the reason why she ran. But the character didn't get that with the camera, just saw it and ran. And that added more terror into it. So they're like, fuck it, we're just gonna keep this.
Yeah, I really do think that movie, I think Blair Witch was kind of iconic because of the way it was filmed and released. They made it look like, one, they used all the, I think as far as I remember, I think they used all the actor and actresses' real names for it, and made it seem like these people, like, this actually happened. Like, they almost advertised it like it was like an actual found footage. And people believed that. I remember as a kid thinking, yeah, that actually happened. That was actually a thing. That was a thing. And it wasn't really up until the very end of the movie where you're like, all right, maybe this is fucking, a supernatural movie, and this is...
Yeah, then you're kind of piecing it
Because the best part about it is that the film was just an outline. The whole script was an outline that the guy basically wrote, and he always wanted it to be slightly improvised, because he wanted it to feel natural.
Yeah.
And he got actors to come in and told them to improvise, and said, do this, and it kind of forced them to, wow. I'm reading here too that 3 main actors were actually paid $1,000 a day. Huh.
Jesus.
Yeah, surprised they made that
one
much
little, I would say subgenre, but I would definitely put that in quotes, because I don't really think it's a subgenre, but it's kind of a different little thing of it, is I love movies that, yeah, they're scripted, it's supposed to be false, but they're played off like they're real. Like, I was watching one, it was a horror thing called Nine. It was only in the BBC, and they actually pulled it from air.
Oh, right.
Because one person died from watching it, and a whole bunch of people were actually scared and shit. But what it was is, they sent out they were live with a team who was basically staying at this super haunted place in Britain.
Right.
And you could see a shadow, or like they'd keep going through and they'd play it off like it was actual real, like we were live streaming a game or some shit.
Right, yeah.
And they paused that one scene, and a whole bunch of calls came in like, hey, do you see this like shadowy black figure in the background? And if you actually rewound it and looked, you could see there was a slight black figure of a man. But when they looked, they're like, no, we can't see anything here. And they kept going on, and then that shadow black figure actually entered the main studio. And it all just went downhill from there.
Yeah.
It was played off so well that it felt real. And so many people thought it was real that they actually had to put a thing in the center like, hey, this isn't real. Or when anybody called in, they'd have to say that as well.
Apologize for the chat and everybody that might watch this later. That tab was loud, so you might hear that over Nextgor's last couple words there. I apologize.
I heard
Apparently, yeah,
nothing.
because I went to the Wayback Machine, if you've ever heard of that website, to look at old websites,
Yeah.
to view the old Blair Witch Project site. I remember this site as a kid, actually. I totally forgot about this. This is why it
Nice.
spread as everyone thinking it was real, because the guy that made one of the guys made the film, actually made this website for it. The creator of the movie made the website himself, and he used it to spread the rumor that like this was an actual found footage film, like an actual found footage that was just literally like, oh hey, we documented and made a documentary out of this found footage that we found in the woods. Which, cool fact too, I got to go to that town once. Not much of anything to see, and I don't remember much. I do not remember much of it. I just remember being in the one building and there was like t-shirts and merch all over the place, and I'm like, wow, they're really just milking this. Like as a kid going, oh, that's all. Like, I don't remember anything else though. I don't remember being in the woods in that town, which really sucks because that would have been such a memory to be like, I'm looking at the.
Yeah.
I don't want to be here because the teeth they used in the movie
This
was
is
real
where
teeth.
they fucking recorded it.
Yeah, it's weird.
You say that, and all I can think of when you say real teeth, all I can think of is the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Man. Oh yeah,
90% of the skeletons in 90% of the skeletons in that movie, along with the guts and stuff, were real.
Yeah, that's the
Because back then it was cheaper to ship skeletons from Africa
right
over to America than it was to buy a fake skeleton. So they're like, fuck it, we'll put in real skeletons, take a whole bunch of animal guts, put them in there. And
that's fun.
another thing was, one of the scenes, the Leatherface actually almost died.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
Not the character, the actor.
The actor, yeah.
Yeah, because he was running with. It was the scene where he's chasing after a girl with the chainsaw, or with the chainsaw as it's on, and he tripped and threw it up into the air.
Yeah, that had it.
And it landed about 5 feet from his head.
I love. Yeah, see, that's the one thing. That's why I think that's the big reason why I think Resident Evil 7 did so good again. Because I know I'm going to mention Resident Evil all the time. You guys can.
Oh yeah.
Make fun of me for
it's
that.
Kind of
it's
a staple horror thing, I think.
Heavily used Texas Chainsaw. I think a little too much almost, but it still made it their own. It was great because especially the scene where you get captured and you're at the table. That is so iconic and like straight ripped from redneck horror. Is definitely Texas Chainsaw.
You mentioned Chainsaw, and all I could think about was this horror attraction I went to. I can't remember the name of it, but it's an actual horror attraction, and it's not like a simple building. Like they got like a 50-kilometer patch of farm ground to do this shit every single year.
Oh my god. They wanted to name the movie Head Cheese. Why?
God damn it.
That's gross. Yeah, literally.
That's a fucking terrible name. But it's like, during one of the things, like, as you were walking, like, some person was supposed to start up a fake chainsaw and chase after you guys. That happened once, and my parents didn't really run. They started talking with the dude, but I took off sprinting. I was just like, screw you, mom and dad, I'm going. I'm staying alive. Yeah. And the second one was you're supposed to navigate a corn maze as the dude's chasing you. And I reached the dead end, just stopped. He got right up towards me. He was trying to act all creepy, and I just looked at him with a blank face. I was like, dude, if you're gonna kill me, just go ahead and do it. I lost. So, yeah. The guy was just like, oh, you lost? Yep. And he just walked me out of there. This is normal. But to continue on with this, I've pulled up a list of the 50 worst movies.
Oh yeah. What's up?
We're just gonna go.
Okay. All right.
I'm just gonna name them off. We're either gonna disagree with the list and prove our points why it's a good or a bad.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like we can just say if we agree with the thing and go okay that's a bad movie, we'll just go okay it's a bad movie and we'll move on. We gotta just let's just argue the ones that we were like all right that's not. Yeah.
All right. First up, Spider-Man 3.
Oh the Sam Raimi.
The one by Sam Raimi.
Yeah, the Sam Raimi 3. I think that movie is too much. I think what they should have done. I mean, it's. I like that movie, but I will definitely admit it's
movie.
cheesy. It definitely isn't the. I think that's not so bad it's good, but just so cheesy it's good. Like it's a good because it's cheesy movie, and it's also like because Tobey Maguire is fantastic still in that movie. I think Hayden Churchill, I forget his name. Let me pull that up. Sandman. He's fantastic as Sandman. I think the whole Sandman thing, that he was absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic in that. I think he was a really good Thomas Hayden Church. Yeah, that's his name. He's a good actor. He's in a lot of stuff before. But yeah, I thought he was great. Topher Grace was weird in that movie though. I didn't like him as Eddie Brock. Because going from watching a lot of that 70s show to seeing Topher Grace try to be this badass a-hole in a movie, it was like it didn't work for me. It didn't work for me. And then because it's and that doesn't mean like, you know, that I kind of think that shows that like maybe your acting was a little rough in that, you know, because it just didn't work for you. Because like for an example, James Franco up there played an amazing kind of anti-hero, kind of semi-villain to the movie. Yeah. You know, was a great Harry Osborn, absolutely good actor. Yeah, I think he probably has a lot of awards. If he doesn't have an Oscar, I'd be surprised. But he can also turn around and be in movies. He can turn around and be in movies and like he was in, obviously he was Tommy Wiseau, and he was perfect in movie. He did really, really good in that movie, and he was also in Pineapple Express, and he's fucking hilarious in that. And what's that movie with where they go to North Korea? Fucking The Interview. Oh, like that. Yeah, The Interview. He's funny, but he also can be like a stand-up actor, and he can also be like a comedian actor, and that's why like and I mean, come on, you have people like, okay, so you have May Parker was great in that movie. J.K. Simmons is also, you know, J. Johan Jameson. I can never fucking say that. J. Johan Jameson. Yeah, there we go. JJJ. Yeah, it's even worse. Or just J.J. Jameson. That character has a son named J. Johan Jameson Jr., so it's JJJJ. Who's a werewolf, actually. Astronaut
5
werewolf.
50 years later, J times 20.
Yeah. JJJ.
just keeps going down.
John Jameson, Johan, Joan, James, Jim, Jimmy, Jr.
Basketball.
Yeah.
Jules.
J. Johan Jameson. Jules. Jimmy J. Johnson. I don't know.
John.
I'm Dimmadome. Dimmadome. The Dimmadome. Dimmadome. Dimsdale Dimmadam. Dimmadam Dimmadome. Dimmadam.
The owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome? Not right.
Not right. The Dimmadome.
I fucking love that video.
That's a great video. Oh my god. But yeah. Alright, what's next? Go to the next movie.
Hold on.
We kind of like. I think it's good because it's cheesy, but yeah. What did you even give your opinion?
I'm gonna read off why it's on the list because I also have that in there.
Well, I can tell you why.
And also, one thing I was going to say when I started this off, any of this, like if you agree with them or agree with any of our points or disagree, please leave that in the comments, whether that's live or post-production.
And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and you know, you can take the bell button next to it so you know when we go live. We appreciate it.
I was about to say punch that bell button, but I was afraid my arm was too long. I was just gonna punch the microphone. Just punch the bell button, just knock off my microphone. Like, fuck.
Punch the bell button. Yeah, you punch. Yeah, you know how it is. All right, what's up?
Either way, why it's on the list. The one where Spidey went dark. We got 3 villains for the price of 1 as a lump of unexplained space goo drives. Peter Parker to the eyeliner drawer. 3 villains might have been a good thing had they not trampled all over each other's screen times and narrative cohesion. coherence.
Yeah.
So it's just the fact that they had 3 different villains
Oh yeah,
in the
because
same movie.
they try to push too much into it. Yeah. If they would have went with just if they would have just went with take at least one of them had to be taken out.
Yeah.
You know.
I will say, my rebuttal to that is, have you ever picked up a Spider-Man comic?
Oh yeah, I have.
There's enemies everywhere.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but I mean, they didn't balance it nicely for a movie. For a 90-minute movie, or a 90-minute or 2-hour movie. This is an hour and 38 minutes.
I can understand.
98 minutes. It's like that's hard to do. In a comic book, you have the comic books are really short, but you can always end it anywhere and go to be continued.
Yeah.
And then next month another one, next month another, and basically what you're gonna get out of that arc is probably something that would be, to properly do it correctly, you would have to do a TV series for, which would end up being longer and longer and longer than any movie could ever be. This movie could have been the plot of all 3 Spider-Man movies by itself if they would have stretched it out, but because they were going to do a 4th movie, and if they would have did Spider-Man 3 better and it would have been really, really good, they could have went, okay, why don't we take out one of the villains and let's just do this movie really, really well. That way, we already have the plot for a 4th movie lined up. We just have to connect it with how we end this movie, and then bam, the 4th movie will come out and we'll do good again. And then we wouldn't have had the terrible, amazing Spider-Man movies. I think Spider-Man 3 is better than any of the amazing Spider-Man movies. That's how much. That's what I think. Even as much as cheesy as 3 was.
Yeah. One thing I will say though is, I do like it when there is multiple villains in the movie, and the antagonist kind of gets overcome, or he just doesn't know what to do. Yeah. Because personally, I don't like it where they slightly break it off to where it's only one.
I screwed that up.
Like you're only fighting one enemy at a time.
That's all right. That makes more sense. Yeah, it's got a IMDb gives it a 6.2 out of 10.
Not too bad.
I think that's user reviews. So it's But at 2 hours and 19 minutes, it probably does drag, though, because it takes those 3 storylines. It takes 2 hours and 19 minutes to play that out, which I have to admit, any movie that pops over the 2-hour minute mark is it stretches a little too much. So it's I can see why. All right, let's. Oh, you have a thought on this?
Yeah, just to kind of wrap this up.
Yeah, because we
my main thing with media is I like it when they pose it to be realistic, whether it's like in Spider-Man 3 where he's fighting several enemies at the same time or shit like that. Yeah. And a good point that I've always loved, and any player of this game will also kind of understand, or just any game really, is let's say for the Fallout, how you could be in the middle of a fight but you pull up your Pip-Boy and time just stops.
Yeah,
so you can get another weapon. It's just not real. And it kind of fucks with you.
Yeah, but then everyone gets so used to it, and that's just a thing of that game. And then you're like, oh yeah, that's just how that works. And then Fallout 76, you can't pause it, and it's like, now it's a problem. Versus it wasn't it makes sense though. That's not how the game, the world works. You can't just pause, but
Another thing for that is the VAT system. How everything's still moving. Mm-hmm. It's assisted. It's like a fucking pause time or break shit. Either way. Next up on the list, Showgirls.
No,
I've never seen the movie.
No, so let's skip that one since we don't have a real proper. Yeah.
Town and Country.
No, haven't seen that one either.
Not a clue at all.
I feel like this is gonna be like mainstream AAA movies that are all movies that are should have had big budgets and everything, and they're not gonna be a lot of the really shitty movies that should be on that list. But
I heavily disagree with this one. Even though I've never seen the movie, I know it's a cult classic.
Which one is
Soul Plane.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen that. My friend did. I mean, Soul Plane is... I don't know. That one's probably... Yeah, it probably just has at least a cult following. Doesn't mean... I don't know. It's probably... Maybe it's cheesy. I don't know. I don't have a real opinion because I haven't seen it myself, so I can't really comment.
Neither have I. I just know from the internet it's held a little bit as a cult classic at times.
Right.
Howard the Duck. Now, I've heard good things about this movie.
I haven't. I've heard nothing good about that movie, honestly.
Well, I have a couple of friends who are like, oh, we love this character, but I've never actually heard of anything Howard the Duck related besides a few comics and the movie.
Right.
And the redeeming feature for Howard the Duck. This is the redeeming feature. There's only one duck-based sex scene.
There's only one. Oh my god.
Blade Trinity is up next on the list.
I don't know. See that one? I don't know. That one sucks because I have more of a nostalgia for Blade Trinity, and I love Blade Trinity. But it's
I love the Blade movies.
It's hard to like. Is that just a nostalgia thing, or is that something that's serious? Because it's like, I mean, I don't really think those movies were bad, but I mean, they're comic book movies. I don't know. I mean, how do you? I don't know. I always thought the Blade movies were really fucking good, but I mean, people. I don't know because I haven't seen them in a while, so it's like the plot might not be all that coherent, and it might be roughly written, but I mean, it's entertaining to say the least. So even if it is like this is not bad, it's a fucking entertaining movie, so it at least isn't the shittiest movies. Say it's one of the top 50 bad movies ever, it's kind of a stretch. I will tell you, you want to see a bad fucking movie, Planet Space from wait, was it Planet what is it?
Planet 9.
Yeah, Planet 9 from something like that. Yeah, Planet 9.
Yeah, I was held on Google. That one thing that I saw
is just Planet. Yeah, it is called Planet 9 from Outer Space. Sorry, just even the title of that movie makes no sense. It's Plan 9. It's Plan 9 from Outer Space. That's it. That's what it is. Not Planet 9. I always thought it was.
I mean,
sorry, I fucked that up. It's Plan 9.
Even the titles.
That movie.
Even the title's a bit of a clusterfuck
and
to me.
People are gonna say like, oh, it's a 59. It's a movie from 59. One of the greatest.
No fucking excuse.
One of the greatest movies of all time, Citizen Kane, is from like fucking forever ago. One of Citizen Kane come out like 39. It's like one of the greatest movies of all time. I don't really.
And
Citizen can't spell.
To further draw home my point that it doesn't really matter the time that the movie was made in.
1941.
One,
it doesn't matter.
you can look.
I don't
nowadays, there's still terrible movies. And two, look back to Charlie Chaplin.
Right, yeah.
Old ass time, and he was a star.
Oh,
he made
great.
silent films the best.
And I like Groucho Marx and everything like that. You know, like that stuff. Like even though it was old comedy, I think it's funny. It's still funny to this day.
Yeah.
So it's it's one of those things that like I mean it doesn't matter. All right, what's next?
One thing I did want to bring up, the redeeming feature, the sorry, the web page is just constantly loading and shifting. Just stop it.
Stop doing that, please.
Redeeming feature, the epitaph, cock-juggling thunder cunt, thrown out an otherwise wasted Peter Posey by an improbable Abed Ryan Reynolds. Cock-juggling thunder cunt. That is the best insult.
Yeah. See, that's the thing, though. It's got Ryan Reynolds in it, so it's like, come on.
Exactly.
It's great.
Number 44 on the list. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Go ahead. Yeah.
Alright. Number 44 on the list. The Matrix Revolutions.
Yeah, I can kind of understand that one a little bit. Like, it's not... I don't know why it's bad, because it's not that bad of a movie. But,
yeah. Even to me, like, I've only watched the original Matrix.
Can you believe they're coming out with another fucking movie? With the cast that's gonna they're gonna come back. When you're like, how? They all died at the end of this. Oh, spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen the Matrix movies.
It's the fucking Matrix.
Yeah, I mean, I do remember the Matrix Revolutions kind of having a bad rap. I mean, I don't know, like, from the cult classic, the first one was,
and
to fucking
from what
the Wachowski sisters.
Yeah.
Don't want to.
And just from you saying that,
yeah,
because of the new Matrix, that brings up an interesting plot point that I absolutely hate, and that's whenever they leave like, oh, how did these characters come back to life, and then make up some shitty excuse like,
yeah, they basically what we called retconning, where they change the lore of the previous movies to satisfy the new movie,
or just don't write in any lore to that.
Alright, so alright, I can understand this one. It's been a while since I've seen this one, and a lot of these movies kind of blend together, because a lot of times when I watch one of the movies, I watch like the trilogy together and kind of like binge it over a couple days and just watch all of them. So it's like, one day I'll watch, because it's just one of those things where it's like, oh god, now I kind of want to fit, like, especially with our late Revolutions, which I think, doesn't it just cut off at the end or something like that? I think this is one that I think it cuts off at the minute. Yeah, it's not terrible. Again, compared to movies out there that are bad, this movie is not that bad. I mean, it's like, I don't know. I don't know how a fourth movie is gonna... I don't know.
I will say, and this is a little different. This is kind of playing off what you just said. Yeah. I love it when movies, specifically movies, play into each other. Like, and not to be a dead horse, but the Mad Max movies, like, the first one started out a long ass time ago, and then it just kind of plays onto each other.
Yeah,
and builds up this story of Max isn't a person, as you can see by the several different actors. He's a figure. Like, you become Mad Max. It doesn't matter what the fuck your name is. You become him.
I mean, the interesting thing is, though, okay, we got Keanu Reeves supposedly set to come back to it. Jada Pinkett Smith, she can go screw herself. Carrie-Anne Moss is going to be Trinity again. Apparently Neil Patrick Harris is on this project as well. But yeah, I don't know how they're going to explain that one. That one's weird. But all right, let's get to the next movie, since
I just really hope they don't pull off some bullshit. Like I said, or like I mentioned a little bit earlier, how, like, if they're just writing in lore and shit, like, oh, how did these characters come back to life? I mean, it's the Matrix. I don't want them to do that.
It might make sense to a point, because, I mean, he's Neo. He was the one. Maybe everything that happened didn't actually kill him, because, we kind of almost just assumed he died at the end.
I just don't want it to be like, oh, like, I mean, this is the Matrix. Anything's possible. He
was supposedly supposed to be the one, so if being the one ends up being like, oh, he has complete control over the reality of this world, he can't technically die, and then he didn't die or something like that, and then Trinity, he uses his powers to revive Trinity, then it'd be like, okay, I can kind of see that. It's not super convoluted and like a stupid explanation, but I'm afraid that they're gonna come out and be like, well, the machines didn't kill him because of blah blah. You're like, why do you have to make it complicated? Just make it simple, and then you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense, and make it just like straight to the point, like, connect it to the actual death, and don't make it like, well, this happened and blah blah blah, and he just all of a sudden was alive, or just be like, don't do the thing where they like just all of a sudden he's back and they don't explain it, because then it's just like, why? It makes no sense. Like, you have to at least explain it. You know what I mean? A lot of movies just pick up all of a sudden, and it's like all of a sudden it's just the fourth movie, and it'll all of a sudden just be him and Trinity somewhere, and you're like, but what? But how do you? How?
And this is a theoretical thing I will add. Like, I don't want a movie to be like to compare it to like Wolfenstein. I think it was like 2 or 3, where where William J. Blazkowicz literally gets his head cut off, but you see that they capture his head and stop the blood flow and put on a robotic body and shit. I don't want it to be like a part of a movie where like the last little bit you see the guy's head get cut off and his body's just sitting there. And you can tell he is completely out of blood entirely.
Yeah. Right.
And then they'll be like, oh, we were able to save him.
Yeah.
No, you're fucking not.
It's always time machines, but yeah. Alright.
Either way, continuing on to the next one. Year One.
Year One was fucking hilarious. I thought that movie was funny.
It was biblical satire,
so it was funny. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, David Cross being in that movie was good. I believe it was David Cross that played Kane, I believe.
Oh, that's a good one. The reason why it's on here is like, oh, they've promised too much.
It wasn't funny. That's literally
even
just like
if they promise too much.
That's usually people. Yeah, it was David Cross. Oh, dude. All right. So you literally cannot say this is a fucking bad movie. It's not that bad a movie. You know why? It was written and directed by the Harold Ramis.
Yeah.
The movie was a little cringy because Michael Cera's in it, but I still think it was pretty funny. Jack Black is awesome in that movie. I love that movie, and I think Michael Cera's cringy acting kind of works though. It's kind of on purpose, and I like it. But yeah, I like it. I thought the movie was funny. You know, David Cross was great in the movie. I don't know, Oliver Platt's in it, David Cross. Hank Azaria's in it. He plays Abraham. Very, I thought it was pretty... I mean, it's not like the best movie in the world. It's not the funniest thing I've ever seen, but I think it's pretty good. Yeah, alright, what's next? Let's get through
they can...
Yeah, let's get through some.
They can still build onto it.
Yeah.
Like, even if they promise too much, like...
Oh, yeah,
so did No Man's Sky.
Yeah, but I don't think
they promised too much, and a lot of people hated it, but they built onto it.
Well, I mean,
doesn't matter if they promise too much; they can still redeem themselves.
Yeah,
yeah, it's a bit different.
Yeah.
Parting Shots. Never seen it?
Nope. All right. What's next?
Van Helsing. Now, fuck you.
Oh, I like that movie. I've seen that movie.
I fucking love that movie.
I've seen that movie too many times. Yeah. I think that movie is just, again, it's not necessarily the best written movie ever. It's just a really fun experience. It's fun to watch. The action's well done.
Serious?
The visuals of the movie are well done. I think. What does that have CGI in it? And it wasn't that bad for its age. I mean, how old is that movie at this point? And it's not that
Philip
bad.
French, you motherfucker.
What?
Philip French. This is a dude's name from The Observer. I don't know if he's still there.
Oh, is that?
This is what the critics said. The movie has no soul, no magic, no feeling for the character, nothing for us to care about. That's...
No. Hugh Jackman was not entertaining whatsoever in that movie. Hugh Jackman was totally not, like, almost just as entertaining and almost, like, basically like his same character as Wolverine in that movie, which I don't find as a bad thing for the movie. I mean, yeah, it's like, oh, you're just kind of almost the same character, tough badass dude. No, it works.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it, like, yeah, it's not the best movie in the world, but it's actiony. There's a lot of fucking, you know, I mean, there is a little bit of humor in the movie, and it works well. Kate Beckinsale was great in that movie, although it is a little bit of a little like, oh, great, Kate Beckinsale in a vampire werewolf-based movie again. It's like, you know, there's too many of those goddamn fucking, what are those movies called? Fucking, where she's a fucking werewolf or whatever. Or vampire or whatever. Fucking, oh, fucking Kate Beckinsale. Fucking, where is it? For fucking, yeah, with the bright blue fucking eyes that she's in, Underworld. There we go. The Underworld movies. There's too many fucking Underworld movies.
Liked Underworld.
I like some of them too. Yeah. The Underworld movies are
some
good,
of them
but
are really
there's
good.
just too many of them now, and it's like, okay, you know, because you do it too often, and you've written every possible angle that you can come and get out of the character, and then you start just getting cliche and boring. So it's. I mean, at least
there
are good. I mean, I have to say they're better than. Like, they came out around the same time as the, the Resident Evil movies, and had that, like, Ultraviolet came out, Underworld came out, and we had that same, like, badass female, you know, dark tone, you know, gothic movie that came out in the early 2000s, Queen of the Damned, you know, that, like, they were all badass movies, but it's not the era for those movies anymore. You know what I mean? Like, Underworld to come out today would be weird, because it's like, we don't listen to Evanescence that much anymore. I mean, we don't fucking, you know, it's a different time period, so.
How can you see?
How good can you see into my eyes?
Wake me up!
Wake me up inside!
Save me!
Maxie, save me!
But one thing I will say, and this is just another movie I just want to add on to.
Yeah, go ahead.
I won't say add on to the movie.
Yeah.
It's just, I hate the fact that Van Helsing, something with a really good written storyline and all this wonderful shit about it, is held to such low regards. While, and I can't remember the fucking name of the movie. I know it's about a whole bunch of old action heroes, like Arnold Schwarzenegger and shit, like they're coming together to fight or some shit. And that movie is held in high regard.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I absolutely hate that series of films.
Fucking, The Expendables?
I fucking hate
There's too much in them. There's too much going on in those movies. But it's like I don't
just
yeah,
action.
The user reviews for Van Helsing on IMDb are 6.1 out of 10, so it's not reviewed very highly, but
I don't know. I preferred that one because it had at least some story, a little bit of mystery.
This is also a 2-hour movie.
That one's just all action. It's just.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
moving on to the
movie
next
to be
one.
That bad. I like that movie, but
And at number 40, Superman 4. The Quest
Superman
for
4
Peace.
was bad. Superman 4 was bad.
I just don't like Superman movies in general.
Oh, don't worry, neither do I. And it's funny because I like fucking Henry Cavill now because of The Witcher, but I hate his Superman so goddamn much. I hate Superman. Which is why
what
Batman
the critics
vs. Superman.
said.
I wanted Batman vs. Superman to just kill fucking Superman. They can't even kill him in Superman Doomsday, where he dies.
I know he dies in the
dead,
comics.
and it pisses me off. I watched that movie only to see
Yeah.
Superman die. I literally did. And I was like, kill him. Fucking kill him. And now he comes
Do
back.
it!
He comes back in his long hair, capeless costume that's black and with a white symbol, or a silver symbol, or something like that. And you're like, oh, that's a nice costume. It's better than the other one. I still hate you. I still hate Superman.
What the critics said. More sluggish than a funeral barge, cheaper than a sale at Kmart, it's a nerd, it's a shame, it's Superman 4.
Yeah, Superman 4 was bad. Superman 4
This
was
is
bad.
a movie?
What?
At 39, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, that was bad.
Sake.
Yeah, that was bad. That was a,
This is... That's one of my things. Like, there's a lot of video game movies, or just game movies in general, that are just bad. Like, there's only 2 real good ones I can think about, and that's Detective Pikachu and Sonic. That's it. Those are the only 2 good ones I can think of.
Yeah, I mean, well, wait, you say video game movies? Yeah, yeah, put Doom on
Video
that
game
list.
movies or game generals.
Yeah, put, here we go, guys. I'm gonna put this up on the screen. I can capture this.
You tell me bad video game movies. The first one I think of is like what was it? The Super Mario movies released in the 70s or shit?
No, 90s. That was a 90s movie. You're talking
90s?
about
Oh, okay.
the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Yeah, that was a bad movie. That was a really, really bad movie. That was a really bad movie. 93.
It was
that was
fucking
1993.
terrible.
That movie was terrible.
Oh,
And
93.
it's set in 2015. Yeah, taken from Back to the Future. Yeah.
It's
I mean, Sonic is supposedly good. Sonic is supposedly good.
Oh, I love that movie.
Back to the Future. Okay, Super Mario Brothers is terrible. Here, let me look up a list of that and see which one. Oh, even the Street Fighter 2010 movie was terrible too.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
They had the balls to put Van Damme in that movie. They put fucking Van Damme in that movie.
Like,
that was bad. Yeah, I've played it already. I
They
mean,
took-
one's based on actual. I mean, the Uncharted series is getting a movie right now with Tom Holland in the main lead. And I don't like Uncharted. I don't like Uncharted, but I like Tom Holland, so I'm actually curious how the movie's gonna do just because he's in it, which sucks. And I also kind of want to support Sony anyway, because you know. All right, well, let's hear. We have like the Wikipedia. Oh my God, there was a Double Dragon movie too.
oh
Street
god.
Fighter movie. Yeah, there's the Street Fighter movie, which that was terrible. Van Damme was in it. That was terrible. You know what? The first Mortal Kombat movie is good. The first one was good. I like.
Yeah,
that
first
movie.
one's amazing.
I liked that one. The
Same.
second one was fucking terrible. Oh my God, they made a Wing Commander movie. Oh my God, Freddie Prinze Jr. was in it. Ah,
It's
that's bad.
the Mortal-
all right. Here. What do you think about the first Tomb Raider movie? I like that movie.
Never seen that.
I do not really like Angelina Jolie very often. I don't. But I think her portrayal of Lara Croft in those movies was actually pretty fucking good. I mean, I don't know about the second and third ones, but the first one was definitely really good. Actually, I think it was actually pretty good as far as a.
One thing I wanted to add to the Mortal Kombat movies, it has to be really bad because I didn't even know it existed.
They made a.
That must
Alone in the Dark
fucking
movie,
terrible.
and that has a 1% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Jesus
Christ. Yeah, then the Doom movie, which was bad. They based it on Doom 3.
Yeah.
They based it on Doom 3, and then didn't really even put demons in it. Really, they didn't even make it out of hell. And I'm like, how do you do that? How do you do that? And then The Rock's character was a complete douchebag the whole movie.
I have a feeling like if they did it.
Too.
Oh god.
Blood Rain was a bad movie too. You know what? All right, the Silent Hill movie I like. I like both Silent Hill movies. Second one is okay. It's not bad. The first one I love. I absolutely love the first Silent Hill movie. I thought that was really well done.
I will say, like, I really hope they touched on the fact that I can't remember which Silent Hill it was, but I know the map, it was because the map was based inside of a school from the movie Kindergarten Cop. Like, yeah. I hope they did some sort of thing to memorable.
And we tried Hitman twice now,
post-tribute,
and it's failed. Both times.
But I could imagine, like, if they really put in the time, that they could do a really good Doom movie.
Oh.
No, like...
Can Yui Bowl stop trying to make fucking video game movies?
Oh, please.
Because this guy made fucking... What other movie did he make? Did he make the Postal movie? Yeah, he made a Postal movie. He made the Far Cry movie. Oh, wasn't
How do you even make a movie out of Postal?
I don't know. I don't fucking know. Wasn't Max Payne actually pretty good, though? I thought Max Payne was actually pretty good.
Decent things about it.
Yeah, I always thought that one was one of those ones that, like, didn't get good... Like, it doesn't have good reviews, but I thought people actually... It's one of those ones that's actually not bad. Oh, wow, 20th Century Fox made a lot of those. Wow. Microsoft
When I said back to the... When I said back to the
I forgot about that. They made a Need for Speed movie. Was that bad? That was bad, wasn't it? Was that bad?
Oh, wait. The Need for Speed movie.
With Aaron Paul in it?
Surprisingly, wasn't that bad.
Okay. I mean, it's got a 22%
Though,
on Rotten Tomatoes.
it didn't truly feel...
Warcraft
it didn't truly feel like a Need for Speed movie. Like, it felt like it was based heavily off of Need for Speed.
You know what? And
I
heard about the Assassin's Creed movie. It's not supposed to be like a retelling of the first games or anything. It's actually supposed to be a canon story that's like in between like some of the newer games or something like that.
Gotcha.
So I'm actually interested.
If I may?
Yeah.
Going back to the Need for Speed movie, like, it feels like it's heavily based off of Need for Speed The Run, which that was a fantastic game.
Oh, yeah,
and to sum up The Run to anyone who hasn't heard of that, or Need for Speed The Run, to anybody who hasn't heard of that, you're a person trying to...
Wow, I didn't know there were this many fucking game movies coming out. Okay, so have you heard they're rebooting Mortal Kombat, which is pretty much all but confirmed. Tomb Raider, they're doing a sequel to the Tomb Raider reboot, which I heard wasn't that great, but forgot they rebooted that. Monster Hunter's getting a movie, and I'm going to fucking kill someone because Paul W.S. Anderson's doing it, who did the Resident Evil movies, which are bull fucking shit movies, are crap. And they ruined the fucking idea of Resident Evil in America. Fuck them. And his wife is Mila Djokovic, and he put her in this movie too. They're gonna ruin Monster Hunter. I feel bad for anybody out there who's a fan of Monster Hunter. I feel really bad. I feel really bad for you guys. Uncharted, of course, is here. Minecraft's getting a movie, apparently, still.
No.
I don't know how you're gonna do that. Whatever.
Yeah, I hate any animated Minecraft shit they do.
Oh, yeah, I don't know how.
Because those characters just look wrong
Hedgehog,
when they're moved in animation.
The Hedgehog is getting a sequel. Borderlands is supposed to get a film. Crossfires, I don't know that one. Is supposed to get a film.
I could
Detective Pikachu's supposed to get a sequel. Oh yeah, there is an untitled Five Nights at Freddy's film. Detective Pikachu's getting a sequel. There's supposed to be a movie for Five Nights at Freddy's, Gears of War, Just Cause. Those make some sense. I could see that. How the hell are you making a Just Cause film? Or Just Dance, I'm sorry. Just Dance, because there's two of those. That's confusing. Just Cause makes sense, but like Just Dance. Really? Really? How are you going to make that a movie? And all it is a screen where people move, and you're supposed to repeat their moves and basically dance. Alright, they're making a Mega Man movie, which they better not fuck up. Metal Gear Solid film, which you know Konami's gonna fuck that up. They're rebooting
Oh,
Resident
yeah,
Evil.
100%.
They're rebooting Resident Evil, which I'm so hoping the people apparently doing it want to make it a horror movie, make it go back to like base it on the games, and I'm so excited for that.
Yeah.
Saints Row's getting a film. I honestly hate the Saints Row games, so I don't know. I'm not really.
Saints Row isn't
Sims. How is Sim City gonna get a film? That makes no goddamn sense. And The Sims. All right, The Sims could work, might work, but there's not enough there for like an hour and a half of story for The Sims. Ugh.
Sim City is just about as bad as a topic to make a movie based off of as Saints Row is. Because Saints Row is just over the top.
I mean,
it's making fun of GTA. That's what it
Japanese
started
live
out.
action ones as well. Ao Oni has a movie. Oh wow, I didn't know Ao Oni has a movie. That's an old indie horror game. It's a classic. Back in 2000 and. Oh yeah, Oni Chambaru has a movie. I forgot about Oni Chambaru. It's a Japanese movie. It's a little cheesy. It's definitely cheesy, but it's one of those. I think it's one of those so cheesy it's good movies. I did not know Yakuza Like a Dragon had an actual movie. It's CGI though, so.
Right. May I finish up with Need for Speed?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Real quick.
Sorry, yeah.
But as I left off, I feel like it's loosely based off of Need for Speed The Run. And Need for Speed The Run, the whole story of that is your character's trying to get killed by the mafia. Like, it literally starts out with you. Like, as soon as you start the game, your hands are duct taped to the steering wheel of a Porsche and you're in a car crusher.
Okay.
Like, it starts you off like that. It's fucking crazy. Either way. But after that, like, after you escape, you're put into a race of, hey, drive from Washington to the complete other side of the United States. You win this, the mafia will leave you alone and all that shit. And that's why
That's how the mafia works.
But I feel like the movie has at least some ties to The Run.
Yeah, right.
But it's not talked about or anything. It's just, hey, you're racing from one point to the other point. These really expensive cars. Good luck!
Alright. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go.
There's no customization or anything. Yeah. It's just, this is Need for Speed because you guys are racing in cars.
I'm gonna take a bathroom break. Entertain the audience for me for 2 seconds.
Da 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 da. Oh my goodness, start fucking tap dancing. But either way, I feel like the Need for Speed movie is a good movie to, if it was standalone. It doesn't really pose much into the Need for Speed universe because, as anybody knows, or anybody who's played Need for Speed knows, Need for Speed's kind of just been about customization, getting away from the police, all that wonderful shit. And the movie is just, here's some expensive cars racing. But, like, fucking Le Mans or some shit. By the way, speaking of Le Mans, I watched Ford vs. Ferrari finally. Excellent movie. Like, it's actually really well done. Well, it's well done, it's based off, of course it's based off of Ford vs. Ferrari at Le Mans, but, like, they really did their research on that. They did a lot of clever nods to be like, hey, this is actually what the story was back when it feels like it was the exact, like you were there, essentially. And it seems like Angel's back. Cool. Okay.
Alright. Did y'all miss me?
Right.
Probably not.
I wrapped up my segment with the Need for Speed movie.
Yeah.
And talked about a little bit about Ford versus Ferrari.
Yeah.
To put it in a too long didn't read little thing for you. Need for Speed movie is like the Need for Speed movie is good for a racing movie, but it has no connections to Need for Speed.
Right.
There's no customization or shit. It's just here's a racing film. We're just gonna slap Need for Speed onto it. Or we're just gonna slap the name onto it for views.
Yeah, that sounds like what they would have done.
It's clickbait, the movie.
Clickbait, the movie. Welcome to a car movie so generic. You've seen it 25 times before.
Mm-hmm. Do you like watching expensive cars drive or race across illegally to one spot to the other? Congratulations!
As douchebags drive their cars too fast, too furiously. Oh wait, wrong franchise. I apologize.
Hell,
Watch
even
a movie with
Fast and
cars so
Furious.
expensive you'll never own this car in your entire life. And if you do, it'll never look like the one in the movie.
They actually didn't even get the car. They didn't even get the actual cars in the movie. They had to build
Need for
chassis
Speed, a movie
just so they could put a
of the
fake
game,
body over
but
it.
only in title.
It was fucking terrible. Either way,
Yeah,
number 38 on the list. Son of the Mask.
that was bad. No.
I've
That
heard
needs no
terrible
explanation.
things about that
That
movie.
needs no explanation. Jamie Kennedy, no.
Oh,
That movie's so bad, don't
Our-
even touch it. I wouldn't even suggest to watch it. There's no
think-
there's no explaining that movie.
37. I think we've reached our first video game movie on here.
Wow.
Max Payne.
Okay. Wow, Max Payne was on there. I don't know enough of it to really comment on that. I haven't seen that in forever, so I don't remember it that well. So I can't.
Apparently, it's Mark Wahlberg's worst fucking film.
Yeah, sure. I maybe, I don't know. Then people shit on fucking Age of Extinction, and I like that movie. So there you go.
Sure.
Screw you guys. That's a good movie.
Here's another one. Aragon.
Yeah. That movie had potential, though. All right, that movie had potential. The main
And-
actor wasn't bad for Aragon. The guy that played Brom, I love him. Jeremy Irons, fucking Scar, awesome actor. I think he was perfect for that role. I think them changing up the dragon at the very end of it and screwing up the storyline to screw up the next book, that annoyed me. Fucking who was the bad guy? Who played the bad guy? I can think of him in my head. Aragon is a book, is not a book. The film.
Was it Jeremy Irons?
No, I just said Jeremy Irons. No, he played Brom. Good guy. Jeremy Irons, Selena Gullery as Arya. I liked her as Arya. She did good. Yeah, I think everybody that played their roles was pretty spot on. It's John Malkovich, by the way. I even think John Malkovich was great as Galbatorix. I don't remember Selena Gullery. Oh, jeez. I'm just not gonna say that on podcast, but yeah, here we go. I'll show you up on the screen, guys. For the podcast.
God damn it, I have to pull up the stream now.
No, you don't have to pull up the screen. Your screen. You're fine.
I'm fine with you.
Yeah. It's okay. Yeah.
like not the background.
I don't remember Aragon, but she was good in that movie. I thought that movie. I mean, that movie was. It screwed up the book too much, so it really kind of it fell flat. But I mean, all the actors were well chosen, but other than that, they just didn't execute it well. So, I mean, hey, the visual effects were okay, but they're pretty decent though because Industrial Light and Magic did it. So that's something.
And not even at 30, we didn't even get a couple of things or a couple of posts away before another video game movie pops up. House of the Dead coming in strong at 35.
Yeah, I'll agree with that one. As far as I remember, that was I can't type with one hand really, because I have one hand on the mouse. That was a bad movie. It was another Yui Bowl movie. That movie just it's got a 2.0 on IMDb, as you can see here, guys.
I just always take a huge grain of salt when it comes to any video game movie. So that's why I had my bar for any video game movie is just extremely low.
Yeah, for the most part. But there are definitely some good ones out there, but that movie, that was not one of those.
And that's why Detective Pikachu and Sonic surprised me, because they are
those were
really damn good movies.
Those were really good, yeah.
Yeah, they are fucking amazing.
Alright, what's next?
I Know Who Killed Me. Well, it's about to be me if you keep listing off the wrong movies.
What?
I actually don't know what fucking movie this is.
Okay, yeah, let me look it up.
It's actually called I Know Who Killed Me.
Oh, I Know Who Killed Me, yeah,
The
it was a Lindsay Lohan movie.
Yeah.
No wonder. Like she's
That's
basically like
I
back
know
then
Let's
she
go.
was just like she was at that time
before crazy.
Yeah, before crack or whatever it was. She was. I mean, at least the movie's only an hour and 45 minutes, but she was basically eye candy because she was like really good looking, and she actually was still healthy back then, like before she did her drugs. So it was like that's kind of why she was in like everything back then, because she was like the it girl.
Yeah.
But no, like Mean Girls, I love Mean Girls. Not this movie. No, you want to see a good fucking Lindsay Lohan movie, like where she is great? Yeah, no. This is probably not the one you want to watch.
Now, I don't know this next movie at all.
Go ahead.
Ultraviolet.
Oh, you don't know Ultraviolet?
Nope.
Yo, no. Ultraviolet is great. I think this movie is. It's cheesy, but it's so cheesy, but it's good. It's just a schlocky action sci-fi movie, and I like it. Like, all right, basically, this is how I feel about it. This is the later Resident Evil movies, is what this is basically. It's like the same idea, not the same idea, but it's like the same filmography, the same action, the same kind of like it's the same style. It's like what they were going with the later Resident Evil movies by like 3 and 4. It's kind of like the same idea, just this is sci-fi and more futuristic and more like whatever. And like her outfit changes color and everything, and it's actually pretty cool. I think it's an entertaining movie. It's a fun movie to watch. It might not be the best written movie, but it's a good movie. And it's like if they would have taken the name Resident Evil off those movies and named them something else and just made them like didn't use the Resident Evil title like characters and everything and would have just made it their own movie, it could have been an okay cheesy action film that people would have been like, yeah, it's okay. But because they made them Resident Evil, they just shoved the characters in there and just shit on everything. And so people were like, nah, these are terrible. So
I will say, the picture that they posted for Ultraviolet looks like some... Now, this isn't me just trying to throw shade or throw offense. It just looks like your stereotypical feminist at movements doing a really, really bad cosplay of Jill.
Yeah.
In Resident Evil 4, where, the red jacket and stuff. It just looks bad.
What? No, and Jill was not in 4.
I'm trying to remember who it was.
4 was Ada with the dress.
Yeah, Ada.
I like the actress that played Ada in the movie, though. I like some of the characters. I like some of the actors that played some of the characters in the movie.
It just
I think they did good. They just didn't follow the storylines of the games, so they couldn't represent the characters 100% because the characters weren't in positions that they were in the game. So you're like, yeah, this isn't how this happened. Like you didn't have some random ass fucking character be the fucking main character and fight Jill. No, you had Chris fight Jill because he was trying to get her out of the control of and not kill her. Like, it took the sentimental value of the original fight from Resident Evil 5 and Chris yelling at Jill, knock it off, like, come to your senses, and, yelling at her to get her to come out of her, mind control in the device and try and weaken the device so they could rip it out of her chest. It just took all that away and went, action, women fighting in world with zombies. But instead of zombies, we have 2 sexy women in tight clothing fighting for your amusement. The writing is bad. The action is typical. The women are hot. And it was just like it ruined Resident Evil. It ruins it.
The way you said Jill, like, all I could picture was just a fucking Heavy Rain or something. Sean!
Do you know how many goddamn
best glitch of all time.
Jill, snap out of it! Jill, snap out of it! Jill, it's me! It's me, Chris! It's me, Chris! And they're like, oh god, shut the fuck up. And like, I love that game so much, but there are definitely some scenes in 5 that are like, oh, Alright.
I will have to say, Sean is probably the best glitch I've ever seen. Ever.
That's a good one. That's definitely a good one. It's a good one.
Everybody put your hands together for Samuel L. Jackson, Eva Mendes, and Scarlett Johansson for The Spirit.
Is that the next movie?
Yeah.
The Spirit? I don't think I know this one. The Spirit.
Just reading through what the critics say is just, I don't want to. Why does this movie exist? apparently Samuel L. Jackson and Scarlett Johansson arrive on screen decked out in swastikas and jackboots.
It's a comic book series. Yeah, Frank Miller, who also wrote Sin City. So it's got the same feel as Sin City because it's the same writers. Well, wait, copy and paste your aesthetics.
I like Sin City.
Yeah, I heard that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good. That's a comic book.
Yeah, it's a very nice movie. Now this next one, I would say is debatable because the first one was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah,
it was jokingly fantastic, like it was supposed to be. The Pink Panther 2.
Pink Panther 2 was fucking hilarious. I thought those movies were funny.
And
I thought they were funny.
And you can watch the original Pink Panther on YouTube. YouTube, please give me money. But still, you can find it on YouTube.
Yeah, the Pink Panther 2 from 2009. Yeah, it's got a 5.6 out of 10. It's only an hour and a half, so it's not that long of a movie. It's not like the longest movie ever. It's basically a 90-minute movie. I thought Steve Martin was hilarious in these movies. I think he played these roles perfectly.
Oh yeah, I loved it.
These movies, cause see these newer Pink Panther movies really harken back to the old school comedy of Airplane and of Leslie Nielsen. It has that feel of just joke after joke after joke. You know, like it's he's a little goofier than Leslie Nielsen. Leslie Nielsen was that straight face comedy that was more like a straight. This is like a goofier version of that type of comedy, which I honestly think was hilarious. I thought it was great. I think that I swear for years I kept quoting "damn cheeseburger." I would like to have a cheeseburger. You know the fucking scene of her trying to teach him English. Hamburger. I would like to have a hamburger. I would like to have a cheese. I would like a cheese.
Now, this next one on the list is very debatable. And I mean very debatable. All capital letters.
Wait, give me 1 second.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
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 No. Let's break it down.
No. Okay. That's enough of the scene to
Hamburger.
play on YouTube. Hamburger. Right. Go ahead. What's next?
This next one is extremely debatable.
Alright, what's up?
The Scary Movie.
Scary Movie? Like the original?
Yeah, the original Scary Movie. Now, that's why I was like, that's extremely debatable.
That is extremely debatable, because IMDb puts a 6.2 on here, but like, yo, go screw yourselves. Like, I think Scary Movie is a classic. I think it's a cult classic. I think that one is fucking hilarious. Like, the later ones got really, really bad. I think even 2 was good. 2 was really good. The later ones was 2 was great. Bad. 3 was definitely funny and memorable as a kid, because it was funny. I mean, now it is definitely a little cheesy and a little dated, but I mean, 3 was definitely pretty good, but I think 1 is definitely, like, I don't know if 1 or 2 is the best one. I mean, I don't remember which one was actually better, but, I mean, this one definitely had the comedy style just perfect. It wasn't too over the top. It wasn't, like, but, like, some of the later ones get really, really goofy, and are, like, just completely, every little scene is a parody of 100 Things All at Once, and it's, Scary Movie was a little more subtle with it, and stuck to one genre of, like, because it was literally a play on Scream. Scream's original movie title was Scary Movie. Yeah. So. Well,
like, that's one thing for the Scary Movie is, like, they say, like, oh, it only tried to parody its source material, or source movie, Scream, once, but that's the thing I feel about Scary Movie is it wasn't a parody of one Scary Movie, it was just a shit take on all Scary Movies.
Yeah, and I love how the poster for the original, for Scary Movie poster, says "No mercy, no shame, no sequel."
You sure about that?
Sure about that? Yeah, you sure about that?
That didn't age well. I felt like that was
like 5 of those movies at least now, aren't there? There's
maybe.
How many of those
but
movies?
I feel like Scary Movie was a shit take over the entire Scary Movie genre because
the slasher film, the slasher genre.
Yeah, because they had, of course, Scream Dude, but then they had feckin' aliens. It was just a mishmash of just a whole bunch of Scary Movie tropes.
Molly wants your mama's sweet ass.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, what's up? What's up? Come on, how fucking iconic of a fucking scene is that? What's up?
I still hear people quote that today and don't even know what the Scary Movie is.
Right? That's like...
Okay, I don't know this movie, but just by reading the first little bit of its complaint or description, it already sounds terrible.
What is it? Come on.
Southland Tales.
Wait, what is it?
Southland Tales.
Southland Tales. You said. Is that what you said? Southland Tales?
Yep.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
Figure out this movie.
Now, I'm going to read
Ooh,
just
it's
to
a
the
Rock
part...
movie. I've never heard... Wait, The Rock and Sarah Michelle Gellar? What is this movie? I've never heard of this movie.
Now, I'm going to read up
Sean
to the
William
point where
Scott?
I just kind of gave up. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to read up to the exact moment until I gave up on this movie. After the runaway success of Donnie Darko, everyone expected big things of Richard Kelly's second movie. A twisty apocalyptic tale of porn stars, and that's where I stopped reading.
Okay, alright, wait, 1 second. Let me, alright. I could play a little bit of this, guys, on the channel. Let me play the trailer just a little bit, since it's just a trailer.
I actually want to see the trailer. Because this sounds...
I'm going to tell you the story of the journey down the road not taken. This is the way the world ends. This is the way the world ends.
Yeah, so far just... Oh, this is the way the world went. Creator of Donnie Darko, yeah, we'll skip over. Okay, we'll skip around so that it's not copyrighted.
This is an epic Los Angeles crime saga.
And you're researching your role?
Yes, it takes place in the near future.
Scientists are saying the future is going to be
This
far
just
more
seems like a
futuristic than
regular
they
film
originally
trailer.
predicted.
You're gonna wear a bulletproof vest.
This movie looks cheesy. What the fuck? What the hell?
Why was there a picture of Jesus in there for a second?
Here's the thing. The Rock's acting is so weird. The Rock usually acts exactly the same in every one of his movies. It's not a bad thing. He's a good actor. But he always is like the same guy. In this movie, he's weird and jittery. And like, he actually changed up his acting. It's weird.
I really hope that in the movie they used his real name and just took a shit takeover.
This might be a so bad it's good movie. This literally might be a so bad it's good movie. It might be. This movie looks cheesy and goofy and weird, but like, it looks fun to watch.
I really hope they just took a giant joke over his actual name and nickname. So in the movie, he's not Dwayne The Rock Johnson, he's Dwayne The Cock Johnson.
Yeah, this is really a goofy movie. This looks like it looks like it's supposed to be funny, but I can't tell. Oh my god, Justin Timberlake is in this movie. Yeah, it looks like a big joke. So
I'd go ahead and stop it there.
Yeah. Go ahead. What's up? What's next?
I mean the trailer.
What's up?
I'm watching the trailer currently and it's still playing. I'm just like, please.
Yeah, I cut around it. I jumped around, so I didn't watch the whole trailer. I jumped around and everything, so yeah. But
yeah, that
it looks goofy,
movie just
but it looks
sounds
goofy. It looks
terrible.
goofy in like an entertaining way. So it might not be a great movie, but it might be entertaining. I mean, this is one I would definitely recommend. Check this one out, guys, and see what you think about this movie. I would love to see you in the comments. Come back and see, how this movie is. Tell us next episode, like, what you thought about Southland Tales, because this one looks weird, and it might be a good thing, because The Rock looks like he's actually acting out of his element, which is really cool.
I will say one thing, and this isn't about our current thing, this is just an overall idea. Like,
yeah. Go for it.
That's, like, imagine if you were able to scale, or if you scaled, like, your web sharing thing to the TV. Because, like, that's the reason why I kind of wanted it in the background.
Yeah, no, I'm actually, I shared some of the stuff. I'm sharing IMDb as I'm looking at the movies that we're talking about, and I showed a little bit of clips on YouTube on the stream of the movie. I jumped around a little bit and everything. So what's up?
Cutting that to where it fit into the picture of the
I can
TV.
figure that out. I will figure that out for the coming
that's
episodes.
That's the shit I want
I'll
to
cut it out.
I'll
cut out. What I'll do is I'll cut out myself. I'll edit that picture a little bit, and I'll cut it out, make it transparent if I can. See what I can do.
Either
and then, in the background, I'll put the videos and the things. I'll put it also so it fits on the screen. So yeah. But
at number 28, for some reason, a movie I don't know about, The Sweetest Things.
The Sweetest
it's
what?
Apparently...
Oh, The Sweetest Thing?
The Sweetest Thing. Apparently it's a sort of American Pie.
It's a rom-com. It's a rom-com with Cameron Diaz and Thomas Jane. Oh, Thomas Jane, Punisher.
Yeah, apparently it's supposed to be an American
he was
Pie,
in, he
but
was
for
in
women.
Blue Sea. He was in Boogie Nights. He was in Boogie Nights.
Now, one thing I will say about this is, yeah, I can understand the whole entire thing of women saying, "Oh, we want an American Pie-like film," but I don't even like American Pie.
No, neither do I, actually. That's another one. That's another one. Actually, we can
It
put that on
just
the list.
felt like a soft-porn porn.
Yeah. How about that we put that on the list of a movie we agree on that we do not like, that everyone else loves,
Like,
American Pie.
my-
I don't like American Pie. I'm sorry.
Like, my friend and his brother showed me the 1,000-mile one.
Yeah,
And I didn't
yeah.
even like that one.
No, everyone
I
loves
just thought it
Band
was
Camp and loves that one. And
stupid.
No, I thought they were dumb too. Yeah. All right, what's next?
Number 27 with another video game one.
Oh.
Street Fighter.
Yeah, that was bad. We're just gonna say bad. It's a Van Damme movie. That's all you need to know. It's a Van Damme movie. It's a Van
Number
Damme
26.
movie. Yep. Go for it. Let's just roll through them.
I wish number 26 was a Van Damme movie, because then that would work fucking perfectly.
Yeah, what's
You know
next?
what? Number 20. Shut the fuck up, game. I don't give a shit. You know, number 26. Glitter.
Glitter. I don't know that one. Glitter. 2001. Oh, was that the Mariah? Wait, no. Is that a no? It is Mariah Carey.
Made
That's
by Vondi, Curtis Hall, Mariah
Yeah,
Carey, and Max Beazle.
It was it was
Beasley.
Mariah Carey. Yeah, I've never seen this movie, so
Neither have I.
I
Apparently,
should
short
not play-
take
I
of
should-
it is-
Mariah Carey. Yeah, all right, next movie because I don't know. Looks goofy. Looks.
I didn't even talk about once, like, any sort of coherent storyline.
Yeah, we don't need to. I could just look at that one and
Yeah.
just be like, yeah, it's bad. All right, what's next?
Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen.
You know what, you motherfuckers? I hate all of you. No, you fucking assholes. You fucking assholes. Oh, there
Like,
it is.
I
This
don't
is
really
one of
like
my favorite
any
movies.
of the.
All right. Fuck you all. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. I don't care what anybody says. Y'all can hate me in the comments. You can fucking hate me. I don't care. I love Revenge of the Fallen. This movie is goofy. It's funny. It's hilarious. And I think it's a great homage to the Transformers series. As a Transformers fan, I honestly feel it is a great homage to the series. I think Megatron is well done. Optimus Prime is his original voice actor. Bumblebee is great. The action scenes are awesome. The CGI is really well done. Shia LaBeouf is great in this movie. I think he's fucking hilarious in this movie, and he's cheesy, and I think he's just a great, like, main character. Megan Fox is she's just a fucking eye candy. She's, you know, more than me.
She always
I don't
has
think she's
been.
more than meets the eye.
this
As
game.
I steal a joke from the first movie.
Or in the fucking movies.
I love these movies. I'm sorry. Michael Bay, yeah, Michael Bay. The soundtrack of this movie is great. I think this movie has the best jokes with Josh Duhamel and fucking what's his name? Fucking Tyrese Gibson. When they're in the fucking the desert and he goes and they're just like landing next to each other and the other guy. I called it an airstrike on the orange smoke. And Tyrese just looks to his side and goes, "That orange smoke?" And that's literally right next to him. And he went, "Yeah, it wasn't my best guess. Just run." Got it. And they just book it. It's so funny. I love that movie. I love that movie. So I'm pretty sure that I might be mixing that up with the first one. That might be from the first one. But because there are so many scenes with the soldiers. Like, the soldiers are great. They're hilarious. Shia LaBeouf is hilarious. I mean, I think the Transformers, the action scenes are fucking awesome. The Fallen was creepy in this movie. I think he was badass as shit. And then fucking having Optimus Prime have jet parts and fucking fly into the machine and blow it up, and then fight the Fallen one by one, like hand to hand after being revived from the Matrix of Leadership, which is a nice homage to the original Transformers movie. I think was awesome. I think seeing the Primes, Shia LaBeouf getting to see the Primes in this like fucking like vision was awesome. I love that fucking movie. And John Turturro is a great actor. You know, John, do you remember what was it? Mr. Deeds. That's it. Remember the butler and Mr. Deeds?
Nope.
John
Never even
Turturro.
seen
Oh,
the
that
film.
you have to see that movie. If you want to see a really, really good classic Adam Sandler movie, Adam Sandler obviously I think what he gets his like uncle dies or something like that, and he gets a fortune. He gets like millions of dollars, and he goes to New York and claims it, and he lives in this like penthouse suite apartment. It's fucking like, or a mansion or whatever in the area, and he falls in love with a girl who's a reporter and blah blah blah, and his butler is John Turturro, who's in Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. I love this movie. Shoot the jet.
Right.
You know,
and
fucking
I'd like to give my hot take on the whole entire Transformers series in general.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just the movie parts,
Yeah,
of course.
yeah.
They're not my favorite movies,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think they're any of them. Like, I'm talking any of them are horrible enough to where they should be on.
I mean, come on. I
like
mean, and then you get to the parents in this movie, and they're fucking hilarious. The people who played his parents were fucking perfect.
The movie still, any of the movies still carry themselves to a respectable level.
Yeah, and I love
like none of them are
everybody's
too
roles
bad.
in this movie were so good. I thought they really did really good with this movie. I think it's a nice balance of serious and funny, and I mean the first one has a lot of memorable lines. This one, I mean, come on, yeah, everyone makes fun of this movie for giant scrotum, giant robot balls. But come on, the constructor bots becoming Devastator, and then fucking John Turturro on a pyramid in Egypt going, "I'm directly beneath the enemy scrotum," is the fucking greatest line ever. It's so stupid, but it's funny.
Here,
I love
I'm
that.
gonna go through just to find out why they dislike this movie.
It's not funny. It's cheesy. Shia LaBeouf's a bad actor. Go ahead. I gotta show this scene.
I am directly below the enemy scrotum.
The things they didn't like about the movie were the music and the headache-inducing visuals.
They didn't like the music. They didn't like the music was heavily based on the song "New Divide" by Linkin Park. It was woven into the composition of the entire movie. They worked that song into it. Listen to that shit. I can't play it on YouTube, but listen to the soundtrack. That soundtrack.
Linkin Park was
awesome.
a huge band at the time.
Yeah, and
Transformers
people shit on their
release.
music at the time because they were more electronic back then. But I love those albums. I think those albums are really well done. And incorporating Linkin Park actually working together to make the soundtrack for the movie a little bit, incorporate that one song into it, really, really worked. And I like, what was it? Where is the full cast of crew? Yeah, the composer of the movie was. Oh, what the hell? Cast, rest of cast. I don't need to know the cast. Produced by, co-producers. Music by Steve Jablonsky. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, sir. I like his music is fucking. I actually love his music in the first and second movies. I love his fucking movie. His fucking shit. Composer for Transformers and for 2. I don't know if he composed the third one or not. He's got a lot of fucking. He did. Yeah, he's been doing all of them. I think he's even did The Last Night. I love the music. I think I have the soundtrack for the first one on my phone, or the soundtrack and the score, because I think they're absolutely wonderfully composed. I think they're beautiful. He did Gears of War. Wow, I didn't know that. He composed for Gears of War.
Apparently, they also didn't like. Yeah, apparently, also didn't like some of the robots.
Some of the robots. Which robots did you not like?
They don't really give names, but
yeah, that's boring.
With its fastest sensibility, assortment of smutty asides, illiterate gold tooth wearing homie robots, and the hero's brainless mother.
I can understand in this movie, it doesn't, didn't age well because 2 of the robots act black, and they think that's right now people would be like, that's racist and that's rude, and it's like, I thought they were funny. Not because they're acting black, but because their jokes were funny. It's nothing about race about that. That like, okay, they represented robots with that style of like, of personality and everything. There's nothing wrong with that. They're not, I mean, come on, fucking, I really didn't think they did bad with that movie. I think that movie is goofy on purpose. I think it's serious on purpose at times. It's a nice balance of like, it's a childlike wonder, this movie, because it's a Transformers movie. It's just a bunch of robots fighting each other. It's the same as some of the cheesy Godzilla movies. They're not the greatest movies in the world. It's not the best movie. It's not an Oscar winner, obviously. It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be just good fun, robots fighting and people going, holy shit, giant robots. Like, and the jokes. Yeah, some of the jokes are a little crude, but I think and they're a product of their time, but you know,
Yeah.
I like it. I like this
I will
movie.
say one thing that I'm surprised nobody's even tried to say, like, oh, that's racist, or like heavily racist or anything, is Robert Downey Jr. I can't remember what movie this was, but I can remember one of
Tropic
his
Thunder.
most famous quotes. Yes,
I'm a dude disguised as another dude. Yeah, like the only man
fucking love
successfully to
that
do
quote.
blackface and get away with it.
Yeah.
A white man
And
playing
I'm
an
surprised
Australian
nobody's
pretending
just
to be a
like,
black guy. And it worked, because he wasn't being racist about it. He was just being a black man. He wasn't being racist about it. He didn't say anything rude. He didn't say anything bad about black people or African Americans or anything. He didn't say anything, you know. He just, you know, and the thing was, there was a black guy actually in the movie as well, who was always going, dude, you need to cut it the fuck out. So they, like, covered that, like, you know, like, even the movie was like, this is not okay. So, you know.
Yeah. I will say one other thing, and this is also a product of, I'm just going to go ahead and say it, this is what I believe a complete product of the Black Lives Matter movement, all that wonderful stuff. Like, it's not a bad movement or anything.
No.
Don't get me wrong.
No, it's a good thing. We need to have racial equality. We need that.
Yeah, it's a very good thing. It's just, like another, and this is comparing it to another thing or another change they did, and this was during the main march of the feminist movement when they swapped out the Ghostbusters to be female.
That could have worked. They just didn't do it well.
Yeah, I can imagine that could have worked extremely well.
That had nothing to do with them being females. That had nothing to do with them being females. They chose unfunny females. That's the only problem.
And this is too.
I hate when people are like, you don't like it because they're women. No, I don't like it because they're women. You can flop women out and you could pop out. You could change it around. That's a good idea, but they just didn't do it well. They didn't write it well. It wasn't well written.
Yeah.
And I don't like Megan, whatever the fuck her name is or whatever. I don't like her movies. She's not funny to me.
I imagine you're quite a lot like me when it comes to just people in general. Where I don't give a shit what gender you are. I don't give a shit what color your skin is.
Yeah,
it's just, if you're nice to me, I'm gonna treat you the same.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's all about how you act, not about who you are. What you are physically doesn't matter as long as you mentally and how you treat other people as well. Because it's like, you know, I don't know. I just don't think that Ghostbusters movie really worked very well at all. I don't think it was very funny. I don't think it was well done.
Yeah.
I mean, you can flop genders, I believe, and be like, oh, why don't we do this movie with women? Just for the sake of, like, everyone, you can do it and be like, it's not an SJW thing, we just wanted to see what it would be like. That's totally fair. People do that all the time.
Yeah.
Look at Adventure Time, okay? For a prime example, Adventure Time took an episode and went Fiona and Cake instead of Finn and Jake, and did this whole plot thread of if everybody was gender switched, and it worked.
Yeah.
People
or just look up gender
with,
swapping on the internet.
Yeah, rules.
And you're gonna get a shit ton of examples.
Let me not screw this up. Is that rule? It's like not rule 34. It's rule 63.
Yeah, not that one. Definitely.
Is it rule 63?
I
think it's rule
not
63.
a clue the rules of the internet.
Proposition that it's possible to find gender swap versions of every fictional character, especially as fan art, on the internet. Yeah. Especially with comic books and things with multiple universes, there's got to be at least one. Marvel and DC do it, and some of them do it well. In the comic books, Captain Marvel is usually a male, but then Miss Marvel ended up taking on the mantle of Captain Marvel later on. She wasn't Captain Marvel always. She just took on the mantle after the actual Captain Marvel, the male one, died. And
she's even in the movies.
Yeah,
she's even in the movies.
Yeah, people shit on those movies. They say Captain Marvel was bad, but I didn't
well,
think it was that bad.
The writing wasn't good.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that bad.
I didn't think the writing was that good.
And everyone was like, "Oh, Brie Larson, she's shitty." She's a good actress. She acted really well.
Yeah,
it's not always the actress's fault. Don't throw bad, because sometimes the director has to direct.
Don't throw shade.
No. Don't do the line that way. Do it this way. Do it sadder. Do it this way. So then the actor goes, "Okay, I'll do it sadder," and it doesn't work for the scene. It's not the actor's fault.
Yeah, it's
they have to be directed well, and they have to have a good script. If the screenplay or the script is bad and the director is a bad director, the actor will suffer, and then everyone blames the actor because all the load of the movie is on the actor. So you're like, well, Nicolas Cage is a shitty actor. No. The ending of the movie for The Wicker Man was bad. The whole movie was a good movie until the fucking end. That's the thing. People always go, that's a shitty movie. Honestly, the whole movie was good until they fucking ruined it with the ending. If they wouldn't have had the ending like that and had him go, yeah, scream bees, then it would have been better. If they would have just, like, killed him off or something like that and had him go, ah, and just scream or something, people wouldn't have made fun of it as much. It wouldn't have been that bad of a movie.
Bees! Not the bees!
Not the bees! Not the bees!
But what I was referring to earlier, which started this whole entire topic, is Black Panther. In the comics, he's a Caucasian person.
Yeah.
And in the movies, he's African American. Like, yeah, it doesn't change anything. It honestly doesn't. It's still, from what I've heard at least, it's a good movie. Yeah. I've never seen the movie myself, but I hear it's really good.
Right. Alright.
Either way, moving on.
yeah, right.
24. Speed 2.
I don't know that one.
Never heard of it. Even though apparently it's a car movie, yeah, I don't want to watch it.
Cruise Control.
Please tell me this is a shit take movie.
What?
Freddy Got Fingered.
Yeah, that's a bad movie.
I just hope it's a shit take movie.
That movie was just, that movie, it's a Tom Green movie. That might be a so bad it's good movie, actually. I don't know if it is one of those so bad, because that movie is just goofy and weird. And it's like...
Okay, so it isn't a movie trying to play itself serious, because you cannot play yourself serious when the title is fucking Freddy Got Fingered.
Yeah, I don't think the movie's supposed to be. It is a comedy movie, so it's not supposed to be taken so seriously, but it's... no. But it's, you know, it's just one of those weird movies.
Freddy Got Fingered 2 is one of the outtakes. Is my bullet wound not good enough for you?
Yeah,
you understand?
That movie...
Wait, no, we didn't like that shit when I made that joke.
Alright, next one? Yeah, what's next?
22. Jaws, The Revenge.
Oh, we do not talk about Jaws. No, The Revenge, yes. That's one that's bad. The Jaws movies got really fucking bad. Oh my god.
Redeeming feature is got a shark eating a plane. What critics say, not simply a bad movie, but a stupid and incompetent one.
Yeah, this movie was, well, we got user reviews. Oh my god. Please, I have heard some nonsense this my time with the defense of such a monstrous production as well, indefensible. Spouting claptrap about Shakespeare doesn't dignify what is ridiculous and feelable offering of a motion picture. This movie was so bad it virtually spoofed itself. Hey, I know, why not on top of the shark following them all to the Bahamas? It doesn't learn to walk. Doesn't it learn to walk too, and then it could follow them if they decided to move inland? Michael Caine's a very good actor who has a habit of appearing in bad movies. This one was impressive as he managed to keep a straight face throughout. It's so bad beyond redemption of any kind and richly deserves its place at the 33rd in the bottom-rated IMDb movies. It's amazing only it did that well. I'm glad the director's taken the time to submit his review, though. Oh god, what? Did he really? Oh, that's fucking hilarious. This... one of the worst I've ever seen. 10 out of 10, this game is so bad, it's incredible. If there's every proof of the law of diminishing returns, the fourth entry in the Jaws series is it. Originally was a tout thriller that launched the career of one of Hollywood's most celebrated actors. By comparison, Michael Caine often looks as if he's incredibly upset to be missing his award ceremony in order to appear in this piece. Oh my god, wow, embarrassing film. Final entry to the Saw series, and thank god for that. Yeah, so, yeah. Alright, what's next?
A movie you mentioned earlier.
Oh, shit.
Alone in the Dark.
Yeah, that's supposed to be bad as fuck. Yeah, that was bad. That
Who's
was bad. Christian Slater. Oh yeah, because Tara Reid's in this. That's another thing. She's terrible. Good, bad. That's a video game movie.
Yeah. First fucking line. Who's responsible? Director U-Bowl.
Yeah, U-Bowl. His movies seem to be just terrible.
First fucking line.
Alright, here's some reviews on IMDb, so for the fun of this. Obviously, a lot of talent behind the scenes. Crew members worked on this movie, so don't even look at the credits at the end. If if you only hold it against them. Nobody seemed interested in seeing this movie. Only 3 were in the theater. 2 passed out over 10 minutes, and they were the lucky ones. The monsters were unemployed. Worm from Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, and rejected designs for the alien creatures. Creatures and Alien. Oh,
Nice.
God. I was honestly surprised by Alone in the Dark. It was so bad, I could hardly believe what I was seeing. There are no characters, just a few stereotypes wandering around getting killed. Here's another one. 1 out of 10. This movie succeeds at being one of the most unique movies you've seen. However, this comes from the fact that you can't make heads or tail of a mess of it. It almost seems as if the series of challenges set up determine whether or not you are willing to walk out of the movie and give up the money you just paid. If you don't feel slighted, you'll sit through this horrible film and develop a real sense of pity for the actors involved. They've all seen better days. But you realize they've actually got paid quite a bit of movie to be doing this, and you'll lose pity for them just like you've already done for the film. Oh, alright, so just the titles of their reviews. Completely horrible, spectacular crap fest.
Beautiful.
How not to direct a film. This movie sucked. Really, it was that bad. I knew we were in trouble with this one. I went on a quest for the worst movie ever made that had a high budget, and it has been discovered. Well, it's not predictable. Brilliant casting. Vastly underrated. Oh, okay, sure. But still gave it a 5 out of 10. Alright, what's next? Because this movie was shit. Fuck this movie.
Before you say anything,
Sure.
okay? Just want to read the title and the first line.
Alright, go for it. Go for it.
Number 20, Swept
Number
Away. Who's responsible? Director, Guy Ritchie, and Madonna.
Swept. How do you spell it?
You may continue. What? Swept?
Got
S-W-E-P.
it. Got it, yeah, got it, alright. It's on the screen for everybody to see. Swept
I lost
Away.
the thread there.
Oh, thanks, you lost the thread. Thanks, Cortana. Shut the fuck up. Cortana, tell me a joke.
I love Cortana.
Alright,
Just the
Swept
amount of
Away by
Halo
Guy
Easter
Ritchie.
eggs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, she married Guy Ritchie. Madonna actually was in this movie. Oh my god, I actually might have seen this movie. Fun fact, Madonna's actually a big anime fan. Yeah. Yeah.
Fun fact, Elon Musk is a god.
Fun fact. That's a fun fact. Alright. Yeah, that's a... I don't know, I haven't seen this one. Alright, what's next? Let's get through these, because we're almost here. Got a little bit left on time.
Giggly at number 19.
Wait, what? What was that?
Giggly. G-I-G-L-I. G-I-G-L-I.
Oh.
As Ben Affleck and Jennifer
yes,
Lopez
this
in
movie's
it.
terrible. I've heard of this movie. I don't think I've seen. I might have seen this movie. Jiggly or Giggly or whatever. It's supposed to be like a fucking Italian last name because he's supposed to be like a mob boss. It's a fucking rom-com.
that's
It's a
Jiggly.
really goofy rom-com. By the way, again, as far as Hollywood goes, it pisses me off because this makes bad movies all the time. 2 main actors are fucking married. Were married at one point. It always seems to ruin a movie if anybody's involved with each other in the movies. Resident Evil. Fucking Paul W.S. Anderson directed those movies and is married to the main actress. Fuck those two for ruining Resident Evil. But what's next? Because this movie is... We don't even have
I
to
don't
talk
know
about
about this one because I've never
Go
even
for
seen it.
Alright, go for it.
Dreamcatcher.
Really? They think Dreamcatcher was bad? Is that the one with, that's the one with,
Lars Kasdan was the director. It's the Stephen King one.
Yeah, okay, yeah, there we go. Yeah, it gave me the wrong one. This is 2003. I was like, 2009, it's too early. Yeah. No, I don't know. Dreamcatcher was an okay book. I read the book. It was alright.
I heavily disagree with this one.
Yeah, I would disagree. I think I would. This one's supposed to be a cult classic. I think this one was considered bad when it came out, but I think this one's considered a cult classic. Because, yeah, this is
I heavily disagree with the next
Jane's
one.
in this movie again. Fucking Punisher's in this movie again. Yeah, this is...
heavily
Donnie Wahlberg. Fun. Donnie Wahlberg's in this movie. He was in Saw 3. And Saw... No. Yeah, Saw 3 and 4. Yeah.
Now, I heavily disagree with number 17, which is our next one.
Alright, go for it.
White Chicks.
Oh my god. White Chicks was amazing. Yeah,
That was the
me
best
too.
movie ever.
Do you remember that? Do you ever see... Oh, you gotta... If you guys ever want to see something great, you gotta watch Hellsing Ultimate. And I spelled chicks wrong. White Chicks. Yeah, White Chicks is... it's goofy. But I think White Chicks is so goofy, so bad, it's good. It's just stupid good. It's
Now,
stupid funny.
if we
it's
didn't-
hilarious.
if we-
It's an entertaining movie, and it's definitely one that, like... don't fucking be like, oh, don't listen to reviewers. Just fucking watch it. You might like it, you might not.
No.
You might not like it. It's fine. It's whatever. It's not the greatest movie ever, but it's funny. It's a Wayans movie. The Wayans are fucking great. You know, I
would say if we didn't have to worry about copyright, you should totally play the scene of the dude singing to himself in the convertible. Exactly, that scene.
Yeah.
That's the best.
That's a godsend. All right, what's next?
Oh, another movie you mentioned earlier that you couldn't remember the name of.
What is it?
Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Oh yeah, Plan 9 is bad. It is absolutely bad. It's just bad.
Okay,
it's
now
just bad.
Okay, now I heavily disagree with this next one, and I imagine a lot of people do.
What's up?
Catwoman.
No, that's a bad movie. That's a fucking bad movie. That is a fucking terrible movie. I like Halle Berry as an actress. This movie is so bad. The costume is terrible. It's just fucking, sexy looking. The Catwoman outfit is sexy enough, being just all leather costume, and they had to try and make it even sexier. The mask looked terrible. The plot was just.
Oh yeah, I have a picture of the mask. It's terrible.
It's dumb. Yeah, the plot is just like, what the fuck? You know, the only thing that's worse than Catwoman as a movie was Catwoman as a fucking video game. They made a video game based on this movie, and it was just couldn't be any worse. Like, oh my god. All right, what's next? Because you can't.
The Disaster movie.
Yeah, now you don't even have to. All the movies those guys make are bad. The Disaster movie is probably one of the Disaster movie. These guys make so many bad movies. Epic movie, Disaster movie. These movies are just fucking like they tried to take a Scary Movie and do what Scary Movie did, but then they just made it like really, really like low budget and cheesy. What's the budget of this fucking movie anyway? Let me see, because this movie is so terrible. Do you have a budget for this fucking movie? What was the budget? Yeah, this is actually one of the worst movies I think has ever. Yeah, Date movie, Meet the Spartans, epic movie, Vampires Suck, fucking The Starving Games. Yeah, those movies are fucking terrible. But anyway, I don't like those movies. What's up?
To anybody who doesn't know and that is at home just watching, I've been drinking this entire time, just trying to get through this. Because this next one...
Yeah, what is this next one? Oh god, what is it? How bad is this one?
Oh, it's not bad, it's just I heavily disagree with them.
Oh, what is it?
The Avengers.
The Avengers is on there, what? How is that a bad movie? That makes no sense. The first Avengers movie was great.
Exactly.
I don't understand that one. Like, I can understand.
That's why I'm just like,
get too obsessed
nah,
with the whole Marvel movies, and I can understand that. Like, it's like, all right, we get it, right? They're movies. Like, just you enjoy the movie, move on. Like, don't have to admit like, make everything of your life. Everything you post and talk about is Avengers. But no, that was a good movie. I liked Adventures. First one was really well done. Hence why they made more movies.
Mm-hmm. Norbit.
Yeah, Norbit was bad. I couldn't finish that movie. I could not.
No,
I like Eddie Murphy, but I couldn't finish this fucking movie.
I partially disagree with this next one because it was a funny movie.
Which one?
Meet the Spartans.
That one I liked when I was a kid, but I mean, I think it was good for like a 10-year-old.
That one's just funny.
It was a little goofy, but yeah, I mean, it is definitely cheesy.
We have a classic coming in at number 10.
What?
The Room.
Ah, The Room. It is bad. So bad it's good.
I did not hit her. I did not.
Bullshit.
Oh,
I did not
Mark.
hit her. Oh, hi, Mark.
Number 9. Highlander 2.
Yeah,
The
Highlander
Quickening.
2 is bad. I'll just say bad. That is a fucking...
Number 8. The Happening.
Yeah, The Happening is. That movie is...
Whack.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
Yeah. All right. What was that?
The title of this next one's a piece of garbage.
Is it? What is it? Just garbage?
Sex Lives of the Potato Men.
Wait, are you serious? Wait, Sex
Number
Lives? Oh, wait, what? Of the what?
Sex
What
Lives
the fuck is this movie?
of the Potato Men.
What the fuck is this movie?
It just sounds like an Irish porno.
Follows the sexual antics of a group of potato delivery men in Birmingham. What the fuck is this movie?
Apparently it's just filled with wild sex, easy women
Oh
to
my
slip
God, it
into,
has the
foolishness,
guy-
misogyny, and crude jokes.
It's
Johnny
the guy
Vegas
from
and
the Pirates movies.
Kinsey
Played-
Crook.
remember the pirate that kept losing his eyeball? He's in this movie.
Okay.
What the fuck is this?
Number...
All right, yeah. What's next? Because I'm gonna watch. I have to watch this sometime. See how bad it is. All right, what's up? What's next?
Heaven's Gate.
Is that
Well,
what
just because they use the word heaven, I already agree with them, because I don't think religion should have any place in movies.
Well, that's wrong. I feel wrong. No. Yeah, Heaven's Gate's bad. That's a really bad movie. I've seen this movie. I've actually seen this movie. Christopher Walken's in it. Christopher Christopherson's in this movie. This movie's bad.
Oh,
I feel this movie. This movie's terrible.
Christopher Walken.
Yeah, but it's an old movie. This is a movie from the 60s or the 70s. When was this movie released?
Number 5 is a movie that Angel name dropped earlier.
Oh my god, why so many movies? See, I told you I have a bad
Epic movie.
epic movie. Oh yeah, never mind. Okay, it's not one of the ones I like. Yeah, Heaven's Gate is a 3-hour and 39-minute movie, by the way. It was released in 1981. Jesus Christ. Anyway, so yeah, epic movie. What's next after that?
Huh?
What? What?
Raise the Titanic.
Wait, what? Raise the Titanic?
Apparently it's extremely expensive
What? Just
movie.
Raise the Titanic?
The movie was extremely
What is this
expensive.
movie? So, obtain a supply of rare mineral. The ship raising operation is conducted with the only known source, the RMS Titanic. How the fuck do you have the only... What? Who puts a fucking... That makes no goddamn sense. Who puts a fucking rare mineral on a fucking civilian boat? On a like, almost cruise boat? Like, why was there so much shit put on this boat? There were mummies and other things on this boat? What the fuck? Like, what is the plot of this fucking movie? Oh my god, Alec Guinness is in this movie. Oh my god, Alec Guinness is in that movie. What? How? And Emmett Walsh is in that movie. What?
This next one is a funny and bad movie.
Alright, what?
Number 3, The Love Guru.
Oh, The Love Guru. I don't know, I kind of
It's so bad. It's kind of funny.
I like that one. I thought that one was kind of funny. Like, yeah, it's not a good movie. It's a damn cheesy fucking movie, but I don't know. It had its moments. Mariska Hargitay. Mariska Hargitay. There are definitely scenes in this movie I think are actually kind of funny. It's a goofy Michael Myers movie, but like I hate everybody who hates Cat in the Hat. People shit on that movie. Like, what are the ratings?
I fucking love that movie.
I think that movie's the reason. Fun fact, that is the reason.
Dirty how?
There are no
I'm sorry, I love
Dr.
you.
Seuss movies anymore. That is the reason there are no Dr. Seuss movies anymore. Is that movie?
The movie
and
was
honestly,
amazing.
Though, I feel like that movie literally looked like a Dr. Seuss book. I think it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah. It looked like it was ripped
I'll
straight
kill you.
from Dr.
I don't make it look like an accident. Like,
It
there's
was
so many
fucking
quotable lines in
hilarious.
that movie, and I don't understand why that movie is shit on. The kids were good actors, great actors. They did really good with that movie. Yeah.
I'm sure. I think the reason why they stopped making movies based off of Dr. Seuss is just because the whole ordeal of what went down with Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, but it was the Cat in the Hat that did it. That's what killed it. Whatever family member has the rights to his movies quoted being the reason was fucking this movie. And I love that movie. I fucking absolutely love that movie.
Number 2. Battlefield Earth.
Whoa, I think we already talked about how bad. Didn't we already talk about how bad that movie was earlier? Bad camera angles. Book based on an L. Ron Hubbard movie. Or book, I should say. It's just, no.
And coming in at number 1, Batman and Robin.
The George Clooney one.
Yeah, I know which one. Yeah, it was literally called Batman and Robin.
Oh, it's fucking terrible. I don't know why I put on an epic voice for
so
that
bad
one.
when the fucking opening of the movie is them putting on their fucking outfits and you just get an ass shot of both characters and you're like, yep, I'm out. I'm out. This is dumb.
He wants to see George Clooney, but...
and fucking, how many goddamn fucking, stupid fucking, Schwarzenegger ice puns in this fucking movie. How many goddamn fucking... How many... You got to... Let's kick some ice. Cool party. Like, God, what killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age. You're like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Freeze.
Fucking Mr. Freeze. Stay cool, bird boy.
Oh my God.
Hey, Freeze. The heat is on. Allow me to break
Whoever...
the ice. My name is Freeze. Learn it well, for it's the chilling sound of your doom. Tonight, hell freezes over. I swear to fucking
Whoever
God.
thought
the
that Arnold Schwarzenegger would make a
freezing hell,
fantastic Mr. Freeze is just dumb as hell.
No, it was the writing. I think he could have been a fucking perfectly fine Ice if he would have did it seriously. If he would have played the role seriously, and they wouldn't have based the movie around action figures for kids and would have toned it down. If they would have gave the movie like, all right, let's say for a second, Christopher Nolan, the guy who wrote Inception, or directed Inception, I should say. He kind of stole a lot of stuff for that movie. And, fucking, if he, alright, he made Batman Begins, you know, he did Inception. If he were to have directed, let's say he would have been popular at the time, and he would have directed Batman and Robin at the time instead, and would have taken it in the same light as Batman Begins, or The Dark Knight, or Dark Knight Returns, and did a similar style movie, and had the same actors in it, I think it would have been fantastic. You know what I mean? I think the writers, that's how it. I think it, because I don't think George Clooney's a bad actor. I don't think any of the actors and actresses in that movie were bad. I think everybody fit the role perfectly. I think it was just the script was cheesy, extremely cheesy. Everybody was too brightly colored and too fantastical and too like you know, like Ultimate Marvel kind of style, like where they did like the Ultimate series or like the fucking know that series of like the comic books where they do the bright colored costumes for a series and see how it goes. And you're like, yeah. Okay.
I will say Robin looks absolutely terrible.
I don't know. I kind of like Robin's character design a little bit. It's just the way they presented the costume with like, did they still have nipples in that movie? Like that shit was bad. Like some of the design. Like,
George Clooney was one of the people.
It, like less rubber, and would have taken that design and just tried to make it serious looking, it could have worked. Like the symbol for Robin was pretty cool, but like jumping through a wall, a fucking wall with a bike and having a Robin symbol be left over made no fucking sense whatsoever. And the first 5 minutes of that movie was so dumb. And I mean, Uma Thurman could have worked too as Ivy. I mean, it was alright. Alicia Silverstone wasn't bad. They just wrote it really bad and designed it really, like, they just bright colors and everything and made it all like whatever. I swear, if the people that did fucking some of the other Batman movies would have did it, would have been much better. If the people that did Gotham would have did it, would have been much better. If the people that, like, you know, if you just need better writers for some of those. But yeah, overall, cheesy fucking movie. It was a Schumacher movie. With rest in peace, Joel Schumacher though. Joel Schumacher just passed away recently. On June 22nd of this year. Yeah, Joel Schumacher directed Phantom of the Opera, Batman and Robin. He directed Phone Booth.
Now I feel like I should just hang up my actual poster of Phantom of the Opera in the background.
Batman. I have a Batman and Robin poster from Walmart. Cardboard poster from Walmart. It says dynamic savings at Walmart from like the 90s. Or was it from 90s or was that was 97? Yeah, from 1997 from Batman and Robin, which is really hard to find.
But
go ahead. Yeah, you're good.
When I was at a garage sale, I found a original theater. I think it was. No, it wasn't a theater one. It was the original movie poster for Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, nice. And it's
put
really
into a case, and I bought that shit.
Nice, man. It's really sad though because like I like Phone Booth. That's a decent movie. I don't mind that. Number 23, I love that movie. That's a good movie Joel Schumacher did, and he's also known mostly for The Lost Boys.
Yeah,
He
sure.
directed that. But could you imagine if he would have did Batman and Robin in the style of, like, not necessarily perfectly Lost Boys, but would have did it in that mood? Even if it was like, all right, I get it's 1997, and you don't want to do movies like that. Batman and Robin definitely spits out 90s. When you look at that movie, the bright colors and the way the 90s were, that definitely looks like cheesy 90s stuff. Like, you can tell it was a 90s movie. It dated itself without having to go, it's 1997, you know what I mean? Like, it dated itself without having to pull out a 90s cell phone or a fucking, you know, or I'm looking up the internet on AOL, you know what I mean? Like, it dated itself, like, just by looks, and that's something that you have to, like, be like, wow, dude, that's bad that you did that. But, like, if you would have did it in the style of the Lost Boys, it could have worked. If you would have did it in that dark style, that, like, you know, kind of, you know, maybe not quite the same, because, I mean, Batman's not a teenage movie, so, you know, maybe, like, did a more mature version of that, maybe? I mean,
I think my favorite scene out of all the Batman's movies I have personally watched is the one with Bane in the middle of the football arena.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Or, for anybody across the ocean watching, Hand Egg.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved that scene.
Hello,
and all the memes that...
My name is Bane.
And also all the memes that came out of that.
Supposedly, what was it, Mr. Hans? He was in the stadium when that was filmed.
Nice.
Yeah,
I think one of my
he was a background character in Batman: The Dark Knight Rises.
I think one of my favorite joke versions of that scene is he pulls up the mic and it just cuts to the audio of, "What up? It's your boy. Eat that pussy 554."
What's up? It's Eat That Pussy. About 40 minutes ago, I furiously beat my dick. To the point where my right leg has gone completely numb. My dick has also gone completely numb.
It wasn't in the Bane voice, it was the regular voice.
No, I know, but I just
took
was like, it's
the
not in the Bane voice, I gotta put it in the Bane voice.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's just perfect.
I want a number 9.
Doesn't mean
Number 9 large.
I don't know.
45s. One with cheese.
I'd like number 9 large, a number 6 with extra dip, 2 45s, 1 with cheese.
With cheese. And a large.
And a large soda.
That's a good one. Oh my god. So yeah, that was number 1, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that was number 1. Batman and Robin.
Oh man, bad movies, man. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of movies that are really bad out there that are just like those kind of take the cake of like I don't know if those are the worst movies, because I've seen even Batman and Robin is not as bad as some of the movies that I have seen. I mean, watch Mystery Science 3 or 3000. You will see fucking movies that are way worse. Son of Godzilla is a terrible fucking movie. You know,
a movie I mentioned to you earlier, Angel.
Yeah.
And this was off stream, by the way. It definitely has to be Truth or Dare. Truth or Dare was a horrible movie.
Yeah, that was a bad one. I remember that.
It failed itself for even being a scary movie.
Yeah, that was bad. But like, there's a lot of horror movies that just didn't. Like, all right, for example, like, at least Batman and Robin is somewhat entertaining because it's cheesy with all the puns and seeing Arnold Schwarzenegger as, you know, an Iceman. It's somewhat entertaining, and it's definitely something you could watch, right? It's definitely something that you can't. It's not a slug to get through. It's hilarious. It's great to laugh at. It's, you know. Then there's what was I just thinking? Fucking Friday the 13th part something. Fucking Jason Goes to Manhattan. That movie is so bad, and it's not even like so cheesy it's bad, like Jason X, which is fucking bad but fucking hilarious and fun to watch. Yeah, fucking part 8, the 8th goddamn movie, and you're like, dude, guys, we get it. We don't need any more Friday the 13th movies. You know, that movie was just, you know, or some of the other what was some of the fucking Elm Street movies were bad. bad.
Yeah.
Really, really fucking bad. Really, there were a couple good ones. The first one's great. Wes Craven's New Nightmare is
First one's
awesome.
fantastic.
Wes Craven's New Nightmare was a really good movie. That was a really good one. But fucking yeah, some of them are fucking bad. By the time you get to like the later movies, you get to like 4, 5, and 6 of either of the franchises. It's just no. So
I know I actually have Freddy Krueger's glove.
Nice. Yeah, I have. Yeah,
like it feels like it's movie
I have
quality.
a,
It's actually made out of
I'll show you
aluminum
guys
and shit.
on here. I have this one figure.
But one other thing I will say, the only real thing going through your mind when you are watching Truth or Dare is you maybe laugh.
Oh, I gotta get the fucking It one.
You look forward to the character's death in the movie.
Yeah.
Because the way they think about it, like, that's the only interesting part of the movie, and you're happy to look forward to it just because you know the movie's getting closer and closer to ending.
Yeah, I have this figure. I'll show it on the stream. This one, which is oh, it's on Wish. Wow. It's female Freddy costume. I mean, it's a little slutty, but I like the costume. I think Jason's is pretty good, but yeah, they could have covered them up a little bit. But Jason's is badass looking. I like that they have a collection of these figures of female horror icons. They have Freddy, they have Jason, which is a Freddy versus Jason set that you can have. You can have 2 of them. Those are neat. They have a Michael Myers one, which is pretty cool. That one looks really cool. I really like that one. Oh my god, they even did Hellraiser. Oh, that's so creepy looking.
Speaking of which,
female Hellraiser is weird.
You know that Halloween's getting another movie?
Yeah. The newest Halloween movie was fantastic, actually. They basically did it again where they rebooted it, but they only rebooted it after the first movie. So the first movie's canon, and then this one is a sequel.
I think it's called Halloween Kills or Halloween Ends or some shit like that.
I think it's gonna be I think this one actually is gonna be a sequel to the last one that just came out, which actually was really fucking good. So it's basically the first movie happened, and this is like
great.
40 years later, and he was in prison the whole time or something. Or he just comes back after, like, this is the first time he has reappeared in the series, like, in this universe. So she's been, she has grandkids now, and she's like still paranoid that he's gonna pop up again after a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, they even have a Child's Play one, Bride of Chucky, Michael Myers one.
I know one movie that not a lot of people holds up in like high light or something, or hold up on a high pedestal, was the newest Terminator movie.
The newest one? I don't even know. Dark Fate? I didn't even know how that one looks.
I've heard from people, like, it's not really held up in the highest regard. It's a good movie, but it's not really a fantastic movie.
Right.
And the actress, whenever she had to say a line, like go-to line, catchphrase, or whatever, in any of the Terminator movies, she always constantly kept saying it like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Even though she wasn't meant to.
Yeah, right.
And they had to do several takes because she wouldn't stop.
Alright. Don't worry, guys. I'll be back. Sorry, I did it again. Anyway, I'm going to kill you. Come on, do it. Kill me.
Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper now. Put the cookie down. But anyway, I'm going to tell you now. We're going to have to end the episode here. Yeah, we've kind of been recording for a while. Or streaming.
God damn it, please stop it with that voice.
I was going to stop it with this voice.
Stop.
Stop. No, don't do it. No, don't end it. Don't cut it off right here. Alright, coming from me, my name is Archangel.
My name's Nextgor. Sorry, I'm still just...
I'm the Archangel. I'm here to end the podcast. Get the fuck off of the internet now. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this episode.
Hit the subscribe button.
Hit the subscribe button, as he said. Hit that like button. Be sure to hit the bell so you know when we're about to live stream and when we're up. So you guys can come in on the conversation too for the next episode. We'll always
Oh shit, we should always...
Comments.
Is the Discord link in the description?
I don't know. I have to figure out how to do that.
It is not.
I have to figure out how to do the Discord, because Discord's weird because it only allows you to share invites. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and as always,
you can use like that.
Yeah, we will see you guys next time.
God. Peace.
Alright, we're good.
I thought you